if you are to make it into the finals here at ECS on Sunday, who would you like to be playing and why?
I'd pick SK just because we like to steal a lot of notes from them.
He's obsessed.
I just love SK, so they've been winning, so I just want to kill their dreams.
Yeah, just get into the finals in general. I'm happy to beat anyone who's there.
Yeah.
SK Gaming, because they just beat us in the finals lately, so it would be nice to have a revenge in the final.
Me, I'm gonna pick Astralis because, as Richard said, they are the best team in the world right now, and yeah, I just want to beat them and prove that we can be a top one team as well. So yeah, beating them here in best of 3 could show that we can match up for the top 1 spots in the world.
I think the obvious answer for us is SK.
Okay.
Just because they beat us to the last 2 majors and we have a little rivalry going. So
Yeah, I think everyone wants to beat SK. What about you, Twists?
SK.
I like playing NA teams in finals because I like seeing NA do well. So I think if I could play Liquid or Cloud9 in the final and beat either one of them, I'd be really happy.
G2.
Oh, he wants to take down his heroes.
I think I would like to play FaZe. We have lost to them 2 times in a row now, and I really want to prove that we can still beat them. And yeah, we have been playing really great lately in practice, and now we just want to prove ourselves again.
I want to, if we make to the grand finals, I want to play against G2. I think the last time we played against them, we lost, so we are looking for some revenge.
3, 2, 1. FaZe up. You have to do it, guys. Guys, come on. Take 2. 3, 2, 1. FaZe up.
I think I would like to try to play a new team, so I will pick Astralis in the final.
And Ali, what about you?
I want to face SK.
Okay.
As we lost to them in the last tournament we were in IM Sydney, and we want revenge.
Revenge, revenge. 3, 2, 1. FaZe up.
Fantastic. The Esports Championship Series Season 3 Finals has lost its first team. Optic Gaming have fallen, and just 7 remain now. As they battle forward here in the SSE Arena, we're live from London. The crowd has already been given quite the spectacle by G2 as they surge forward and will meet FaZe, as some of them did request. We'll get to see that game a little later on, trying to get to that semi-final. 2 teams already locked in, SK and Cloud9, South and North America, waiting in the wings for tomorrow. But for now, more Counter-Strike continues, and I'm not alone, fortunately, so to shed some light on how things are going to be going down, we've gone and grabbed ourselves a Lurpus and a YNK to talk through this one. Fun fact to start us off, he knows the bomb code off by heart. Do you, Tommy?
Why would I know that?
Why would he? But why does Yanko?
Well, because I honestly don't know. I mean, it's one of these things, like, how could you possibly...
Because I actually played the game, Tommy.
Oh, zing!
What are you insinuating? I pride myself on not knowing things that don't help me. I delete everything from my brain that is not useful.
So it's only the important stuff?
You know, Einstein used to say that. Don't remember the formulas. You can always look those up from the book.
I'm sure that got me through my GCSEs. It
Yeah.
definitely did not. What is it, though? Let's see if you can do it under pressure.
7355608.
Boom. Bomb has been planted. 45 seconds on the clock.
What
What am I doing? Oh, my Lord. Okay. Current climate, let's consider it. Liquid Fnatic, though. Let's move on swiftly.
Unbelievable.
What am I talking about? Either way, who do you guys think are going to win this? I'll be talking to the analysts about this one. And to outline your expectations, use the hashtag ECS3. Nice and simple, and at ECS League, if you want to let us know what you're thinking of the UI. It's constantly changing and evolving, and they do want your feedback. Just don't tweet it at us, because we can't do anything about it.
Except me.
Of course, Yanko fixes everything. Anyway, let's go ahead and start talking a little bit about this one. You can see all the details beneath us. It's csgoleague.com and the gaming.youtube.faceit. That's a mouthful. .com, worth checking out because it actually enables you to keep track of like the brackets and stuff. It's actually in the stream itself. Give it a look while we do go ahead and start diving into our second best of 3 of the day. This time, it's another North American team trying to join the boys from Cloud9 versus Fnatic. We'll be talking all about that, but first let's meet them. This is how Team Liquid are looking.
This team proved their worth in gold by securing not only a spot in the ESL Pro League Season 5, but also a spot here at ECS.
I'm pretty confident in our team right now. We've been putting in a lot of practice. We've been improving, and yeah, I think we can definitely go far in this tournament.
I think that NA teams are really close to like just being able to break out, but we just like historically never been able to consistently do that. I think that we can definitely win for sure.
Hopefully, Team Liquid's re-energized gameplay will prove to themselves and the world that they belong with the best.
Team Liquid, hailing from North America and at the moment trying to battle for the overseas kings of North America, representing their region in the best way they possibly can. Cloud9 perhaps have it in the domestic region, and now it's between the two of them to see who can represent best here at ECS. Cloud9 step ahead already, Tommy, but Liquid, what is your genuine opinion of how you believe Liquid are going to form over time? Because already Legion's making it clear, we're still working on it, it's still a process, we think we can win this.
It's kind of weird that they haven't gotten further, I think.
Okay.
They looked pretty good last year, obviously with Simple, but nonetheless, even later on in there with Pimp, they had the decent showing in New York.
Yeah.
They've had some good matches here and there. They played Fnatic really close at the same tournament. They can actually beat them on Dust 2 there. Elige is obviously one of the better players around. His incredible skill level, and you would think that Janko, would be the perfect in-game leader for that team because he played a similar style in Optic.
Old memes.
But somehow they just haven't really reached the next level. I'm not really sure what to make of that.
I mean, let's explore that for a bit, because the Liquid name, I mean, the Liquid organization has undergone so many roster shuffles and shopping, and different names have passed through the gates of Liquid, Janko. At their very best, there was a Ukrainian in the roster.
Yeah, they also weren't afraid to take risks and bringing overseas talent. Obviously, Simple, a lot of potential, very highly skilled player, but, you know, personality issues, especially back then at the beginning of last year. Now he has matured a little bit, and you can see on your far right, Twist, he's another young and very exciting player, the latest addition to the team. And when you look across the board, Liquid actually has a very, very, you know, well-formed team. They have a setting game leader in Stanislaus, set opera in JDM, Elige and Nitro that, you know, and Csgo, as we all know by this point, and Twist is, as that new young and up-and-coming player, has enough freedom, you know, to do his own thing, but still enough direction from Stanislaus so that he knows what he's doing.
And let's recap kind of the origins of some of these players, right? I mean, you talk about JDM. JDM moving to Liquid was quite exciting for many because it felt like he was somewhat shackled and was unable to succeed in his previous team shirt.
Yeah, I think for JDM, like we saw in Cologne last year, for example, around ECS and Cologne, right, how good he can actually be. But the problem was after that period, you know, Liquid was a bit lost as a team. You know, they went into a slump altogether, and it seemed like he wasn't utilized properly. Zeus talked about it in the interview that, you know, it's not just about giving him freedom to do whatever he wants, it's about setting him up for plays, and that's what we're seeing Liquid do for JDM now, right? On a map like Train, he's put in more aggressive positions, there's someone flashing for him or holding a smoke, for example. If he needs to fall back, they just smoke it off, things like that, and it also makes the Opera much more comfortable and confident, right? You know that someone's there to support you, you know that if you miss the shot, it's not the end of the world, and that's going to elevate your play eventually.
And of course, they're going up against a team that are all too familiar with what the old Liquid roster could do. It's, of course, one of the Swedish Counter-Strike dynasties known as Fnatic. Let's take a look at them.
Leaving the DreamHack Open Summer claiming the second spot, Fnatic is a team that are so hungry for a major win, they can almost taste it.
I don't believe we don't have to prove like anyone, but we have to prove ourselves that we can do it, we can go to the finals and take the trophy.
I mean, people are doubting me sometimes maybe, but I don't really care about that. It's more about proving to myself that I am a top player and a top operator and can compete against the very best with op. So I have a lot to prove for myself.
Olaf Meister, Dennis, JW, Krims, and Flusha are walking into this ECS gleaming with confidence and ready to dismantle any team that stands in their way on their quest for victory.
There they are, Fnatic. Scary names on paper. I mean, whenever you bring up that roster, you just sit there and go, I remember what these guys got up to. Perhaps Dennis is the caveat to that, but he's been one of their top performers as of late, Tommy.
Yeah, and I mean, even with Dennis, they had a six tournament run. They demolished everyone. I mean, no one stood a chance at that point. Unfortunately, all of Meister's injury sort of derailed them, and I mean, they just never got back until they made their roster changes last summer.
Absolutely. It seems like, losing to Liquid at Cologne last year in that semi-final 16-13, 16-13 was what broke that team. That basically caused the shuffle, and we all know how that went. That's the reason why at the beginning of the year they went back to that lineup from last year. But the results haven't even been close to what everyone, and especially the players, have been expecting. I mean, they only have 2 playoffs to show for. I mean, yes, final at DreamHack Open Summer, but the only real contender there was probably, SK and Gambit to an extent, who didn't make it into the playoffs. And on the other side of things, you have the top 8 at Kiev, and that's it. Group stage exits at other tournaments.
Tommy, if I came up to you and I said, look at this team. This was a year ago, right? A year ago, I come up to you and said, these guys are playing together. They don't lift a trophy for a year. Would you have believed me?
I don't think anybody would believe you. I mean, that's a crazy way to put it, really, because these guys were the most dominant team ever. Well, I mean, save for Dennis, he wasn't part of the roster the whole time, but really this team, it's just unbelievable that they've had so much struggles. And I mean, granted, I think one caveat that I'll say to what Janko said before about their group stage exits, it's they were always sort of the team just going out on like round difference or just losing the close game in the decider.
Overtime, yeah, they were 2-game
tiebreakers. Exactly, they were never the team getting blown out of the group stages. They had a reasonably good showing, and they just barely didn't make it.
Yeah. Now, if we look at kind of individuals, I mean, Olofmeister and his injury are a topic of discussion. I think is so fun is the wrong word, but so interesting to explore, because you have undisputed world's best player taken out of the running, comes back, says, I can still play the same. I'm still the same player, I just don't have the confidence I had. I'm not sure how much I want to believe it.
Exactly. One of the most hated words,
confidence,
is when players talk about confidence, but it actually is a huge part of the game, right? You as a player have to believe that you're better than everyone else. You need to have that dose of arrogance, basically, to go for those plays, especially someone like Olofmeister, because he used to go for a lot of solo plays where he would create space for the team, someone like JW as well. Guardian is a great example for it, because he also had an injury to an extent, and when you look at it, he himself in interviews has talked about it, that his play style has changed because of it. He hasn't been as aggressive, and then you're not the same player. You need to keep trying to play at least the same style, because then once you get back into your form, you are going to be able to regain that level.
Yeah, and I mean, I think for now, we're going to have to just see what they can do at ECS. It's too kind of early. DreamHack Summer, perhaps not enough of an indicator to know where Fnatic are at in this, growth process of trying to return to former glory. But still, we are going to be getting those faces on the stage. It's going to be fun. The crowd are getting back in. They've had their munch. They've got their energy, and they're ready to be making plenty of noise as we prepare ourselves for our second best of 3. Rachel is going to be standing by on the stage to welcome your 2 teams. It's going to be Fnatic battling against Team Liquid.
Thank you so much, guys. Now, our next 2 teams both represent storied brands in esports. We have Fnatic, who had incredible individual plays yesterday, but we're going to see if they can pull it all together against Team Liquid, who is hungry for that first place finish. So please welcome both these teams to the stage.
On the right side of the stage, you find Team Liquid, battling to represent their nation, but also to show exactly what they've got. A growth process for them. Stanislaw at the helm, and on the other side, you have the Swedes looking for that trophy. It did evade them in Sweden, but now in London soil, they'll stand to try and lift that trophy for the first time in a year. A lot of pressure for both of these teams, and of course, the loser of which will join Optic on the eliminated pile here in the SSE Arena. There's a lot on the line for the next 3 maps, and this is where the discussion does truly start, because a recent announcement from Fnatic, and actually they said it themselves, we don't know our map pool. There's 7 maps in the pool, and a team battling for survival don't know where they're strong.
Yeah, that's a big question mark for them. Besides Inferno, I think that's the obvious one where they really feel super strong and are willing to play it against any team in the world. Besides that, there are a lot of maps that they don't really play Nuke, they don't really play Cobble. Out of the maps that are left in the pool, sometimes they look amazing on Overpass, as we saw at DreamHack Summer, really crushing SK on that map, but sometimes things don't look as good. And Liquid is in a similar situation as well. Different one, because they are still a newer team, so they still need time to basically get to that 6-map pool pretty much. But again, they don't play Cash and Overpass, 2 maps that Fnatic can play. So this veto can go like a lot of different ways.
Shallow map pools. I kind of get distracted and forget that used to be quite a common occurrence, right? We talk about shallow map pools, but at the moment, some of the world's best, Tommy, it's 6 or 7 maps.
But part of that is the playing styles have changed a little bit more towards the style that Fnatic used to play back in their day, which is more skill focused, because that doesn't require as many tactics, doesn't require as much practice.
Understood.
And as a result, you can play more maps if you just have the basics down. Whereas if you're a super tactics-based team, you're going to have to go through so much practice on every single map to get there. And once you're there, you still have to regain or to keep at the same level, which you have to maintain, which is the hard part. It just takes so much time. And when teams play the sort of quote-unquote simple CS, it's just easier to stay there if you just have the skill.
Certainly not simple, though, as we've discovered, when it doesn't go well. And, of course, no simple on that Liquid roster as well. Head-to-heads have been chosen, and the two names that are going to pop up, and the two faces as well, are Olof and Elige. Who wants to jump in on this one, Tommy? You want to expand a little bit on the man on the right-hand side of your screen?
Well, I mean, on the left, we have the former best player in the world.
No, I'm going to talk about what I want, Alex. I'm going to talk about Olof.
Do it, please. Jump in.
No, I meant Tommy, because it's all him on the right. But never mind. Olof Meister, I think he's back. Maybe not in terms of, fragging output. He doesn't have that many, like 30-plus kills a game. But he does have a lot of impact. He is creating openings for Fnatic. He's having those clutches, and it's a big reason why Fnatic has looked better recently.
Did seem to have a fire lit under him in Jönköping as soon as the overtimes and as soon as the pressure mounted. A little bit of retro Olof did shine through. But on the other side, Elige is a player that a lot of people over in North America, or even actually across the community, hail as being one of the best from a mechanical perspective, from an individual standpoint. Does that replicate with you? Does that resonate with you, Tommy? You think he is up there?
He's definitely one of the more skilled players. I mean, he's had some incredible matches. The problem for him is he's not as consistent as he would need to be considered in like the top echelon of players. And the other thing is he's still young. He's not that experienced. Obviously, in the new Counter-Strike world, he's gone to a lot of events because the calendar is so packed in the last 2 years. But if you compare to someone like Flasha or Olaf, I mean, he's just a rookie by it still now.
I remember when he was kind of catching everyone's eye alongside Nitro. Those two names, Janko, was something that they came in a bit of a pack, a unit.
Yeah, that's something that's always discussed when you mention Liquid. Nitro going in first, creating space a little bit for Elige, and then Elige, the second guy coming in, kind of mops up after Nitro. And that's why when you talk about, entry fraggers and people talk about Nitro and him underperforming, they need to realize sometimes, I mean, his job as an entry fragger isn't necessarily even to frag. It's just to create enough space for the rest of the team to come in, to get control of the bomb site. When you're on the T side, put your team in a favorable after-plant situation. Sometimes that's, if you get a kill, great. If you get 2 kills, you probably won the round for your team.
Job done. Mission complete. We'll see if he can do it. On what maps, though, is the question. Liquid and Fnatic head into the vetoes and lock horns.
What?
Already Cobble gone.
What?
What? Does that make sense to you?
What? This has to be Fnatic. This can't be right. Because Liquid doesn't play Cash or Overpass, and Inferno is Fnatic's best map. Why would you veto Cobble, which is, I think, Liquid's best map, when you look at how they play? If this is like their actual ban, I have nothing to say.
Or
here.
are you assuming that the team names are the other way around?
I'm assuming the team names are the other way around.
And Janko, as always, fixes all the issues. You are right. It's going to be...
I was like... I saw some messed up vetoes in my time, but this is like a whole new level.
It really is too bad, because it's fun when Janko's losing his mind.
For Fnatic, it's actually super interesting because they don't really play Nuke, and then they floated it against Cloud9. It was a Pro League finals, right? And they actually crushed them 16-6. And here they decide to veto Cobblestone, the second map that Fnatic doesn't play, as we mentioned, but it's actually very strong for Liquid. So this makes sense. Nuke is something that Liquid did play a lot with, mixed success, but in tournaments where they do play it on LAN, it's usually against the world's best teams.
Right.
The likes of North, you're going to have a tough time playing Nuke against them.
Understood. Now the response ban from Liquid is going to be our next question.
This is interesting. Like, they in the end go for Cash. I wouldn't have been surprised if it even vetoed Inferno, because yes, it's a map they played, but it's Fnatic's strongest map. So you don't play 2 maps. They can only pick one in the first phase. So the other one you can ban in the second phase. And I would have thought if they're going to ban Cash or Overpass, why not ban Overpass? Because it's a more strategic map, it's more difficult to pug on it, and NA teams and players are known for Cash, right? You can at least think of something on the fly to play that against Fnatic.
Now the pick of Mirage, there is probably some discussion to be had on a recent performance they did in Sweden, a 16-1 versus Immortals, a 16-1. It was the scariest looking Fnatic I think anyone had ever seen, at least in recent memory over in Sweden. A 16-1 thrashing, everything went their way, perhaps inspiring their pick of that one this time, Tommy.
No, I mean, Mirage is one of the maps that is easy to play on if you're just a very skilled team. You have good team play. You can, like Janko said, it's a bit like cash, and you're never out of ideas. You always have something to work with, and that is obviously that's obviously good for Fnatic, because like we said, they are in a super tactical team.
Yeah, the antithesis of which is Train, where you certainly can run out of ideas, and that's going to be picked up by Liquid.
I mean, that's basically what happened yesterday too. Yesterday to Fnatic, I mean, they just had almost no answers to Cloud9 once they got that good lead on the terrorist side.
And this is where the gamble pays off for Fnatic in the veto, right? They let Nuke through. It's, you know, they only played it once online against Cloud9. Train is a map that they play a lot more, and Liquid went for that. So Fnatic is going to feel more comfortable playing Train than Nuke. You see that they veto it out in the second phase, and this is where I would expect Liquid to actually veto out Inferno.
They give it to them.
Oh, actually, Overpass was in. Yeah, so this makes more sense in a way that Liquid does play Inferno. They don't play Overpass pretty much at all. So even though it's Fnatic's strongest map right now, they probably are feeling like, okay, we at least need to try to play it, because we don't play Overpass at all.
Yeah, and despite Fnatic having confidence and vocally, you know, publicly saying that Inferno is their best map, their success rate has not been fantastic in their recent offline showings. I think they went 0 and 2 at the start. Anyway, we'll stop getting distracted by that. I want expectations. Doesn't have to be a full one, but just do we see a full 3 maps? And if you want, give me a team name. Janko. No, it has to be quick.
I think we can see 3 maps, but I think with the map pool, like Fnatic completely outplay Liquid in the veto, and I think they're going to come out on top.
Damn, okay.
I agree. I mean, it's hard to see how Liquid would win this match. It's have to be one of those somewhat collapses from Fnatic and everything go in Liquid's way, I think.
Liquid,
it's
if
just hard to see
win,
it.
probably needs to be 2-0.
Yeah, I agree. I think Inferno is
Inferno is where it ends. All right, well, there you go. If it goes to 3, this will be the Swedes. However, Liquid have an opportunity in our analysts' minds. We'll find out what our commentators are thinking as we head over to Big Bear and Hank the Tank.
Thank you very much, Alex. I'm here with the hometown hero, Henry G. Henry, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm so ready. London, are you ready? There we go. They're getting warmed up now.
Oh, they definitely are.
We've got a nice little matchup here, Fnatic versus Liquid. It seems like you'd say maybe Fnatic with the recent form, they would be the better team here, but Liquid, they're always kind of like the plucky underdogs. Do you feel like they can get a map here in the best of 3?
I think they can. I think Fnatic aren't 100% back yet. I mean, all of Meister's been looking better, and that's exciting. But in a best of 3 like this, yeah, I think Fnatic could drop them out. I think this could be all 3.
I think especially on Train as well.
Yeah.
We saw what happened against Cloud9 yesterday. They didn't look 100%. I think the AWP is the main issue for them. Going up against top AWPers and having players that can actually shut them down. Skadoo will look very good against them. I think JDM's going to have success here in this best of 3.
Yes.
I think JW can be very skilled, but he doesn't seem to be hitting like top level form right now.
I mean, there's a big X factor for me in this game, which is how mad is Elige going to be?
That's the
because
thing.
we've seen him turn up and actually change games. It seems all on his own. So, you know, if he drops, it seems to be, if he drops like 25 kills, that's like good. But sometimes if he gets up towards even like, you know, plus 35, then things get real strange.
I think the first map will be very indicative of what. Oh, now then. Bit of kissing going on there, Anders. For once, it's not us.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's early days.
We've still got a few games to go.
I'm not going to rule anything out here.
Are we in?
I think we're straight live into the game.
Okay,
so
let's go.
already Twister's gone out. It seems that it's a 3-on-4 here with the bomb down. So Fnatic in a good but a bit unstable situation here. And there's a smoke and a kit left on JDM. That smoke could be worth a hell of a lot in this kind of a retake. Sneaking in, JDM gets a headshot on Crims, but they're going to lose the Legion JDM. So now it's a 2-on-2, and still on the side is Flusher fighting with the pistol, and he's lethal, but he runs out of bullets, and Nitro will take him down. Now it's all on Olofmeister. Defuse is not happening yet, but the smoke is up, and Olof can't see a thing. He's clicking and missing. He's not hitting the shot. He's out of bullets, picks up another gun, tries for it, and Olofmeister, he gets the kill, but doesn't get the win. Liquid will pick up the round in the last possible second. Well, that's one way to get a game started, Henry.
Absolutely. It looked like a very basic approach for Fnatic in terms of the pistol execution. That standard smoke we're used to seeing. One onto steps, one towards jungle as well. Go for the jewels in the A bomb side. It looked like Fnatic getting the lion's shares of the frag. Then comes down to the 2-on-2. Olofmeister left in what looked like a winnable situation for him. But as soon as the smoke was dropped down, that's when you have a bit of a nightmare. Silence USP, about 6 bullets remaining. Lets you hit the first shot. You start panicking a little bit. And the defuse kit there manages to get Liquid the first round victory. We're going to round number 2, though. And we're not going to see the force buy for Fnatic, of course. We're going to get the AKs in the 3rd round. Smoke-ready pistols here. We've got P250s, Desert Eagles, and we get the Liquid buy as well. No rifles, Anders. This is always a bit scary for me. I don't like this buy at all. I like to have the FAMASs and the M4s, at least 2 of them.
Yeah, we've talked about this yesterday, I believe, because you know they're going to have the AKs the upcoming round.
Exactly. You want to be prepared for them, right? Like, prepare yourself. Have the lack of utility here. But I guess at the same time, there's a bit of the meta right now where you can force buy in the second half to get the bomb down, a bit of a surprise buy. But still, I prefer just to have a little bit more firepower and prepare yourself for the 3rd.
Look at this positioning inside of the smoke. There's a guy right in front of him, and Elige actually goes down to Olofmeister. That's some cheeky play coming out. gives them a frag, and there's still plenty of time to find another one. I mean, if they can take these SMGs away, at least make them ineffective, that would be a big start to the game here. Nitro is holding over by the B platform, and the bomb is going to be picked up, and it seems like that's where they're going to eventually converge. He should be able to do pretty well here against the unarmored targets.
Absolutely, especially that sort of range as well. That's a nice position. You get 1-2 frags if he times a flashbang well as well. It's going to be Fnatic edging their way in, B apartments. This is like what we call a contact play. Wait and see, you find where the CTs are. One player goes down, then you're fully committing and is trying to get as close as you possibly can. Nitro now, he's going to be the danger man for them. He probably does get 2 or 3 kills here.
Just a matter of time. They've only got 25 seconds, and they've got no grenades. Later on in the game, they would have some to clear out this corner, but it's not going to happen. Dennis will actually take him down. That's a really impressive kill, and this bomb plant is just going to give them so much utility in the upcoming round. Fnatic,
yes.
They are just on a roll right now. Still don't think they should win this round because, again, the lack of armor is making their lives a bit difficult, but Liquid just a bit on edge at the moment.
It's looking interesting still. Olofmeister gifted a flashbang there towards Shaw. Can't find the frag just yet, but Dennis certainly can. Flusher chimes in as well. Now it's up to Twist, only with the UMP. He has got the kit to work with it, doing damage, but they know exactly where he is. Fake defuse coming in, and should be his death, but he's stepping up. The refrag comes in for Fnatic, and even without armor or grenade danders, they're finding round victories there. That's very impressive. We're excited at the prospect of having a decent buy in the third, but they're stepping up there with Just Eagles and P250s. This was the key frag. Dennis, the absolute best pistol player we have in CSGO right now, opening things up, finds a couple of frags in total, and it's overwhelming the CTs there. Nitro, I feel like he had to be a little bit more aggressive with that play. Maybe at the van, use a flashbang to face first. It seemed like they checked the position. He went down, and it felt like the round was falling away at that stage. So Fnatic, fantastic position this time. 4 AKs coming out, flush out with a save UMP as well. We're going to have Liquid with the force by themselves. JDM, of course, the sniper of the team on the scout. We've got some CZs there as well. And Elise, the only player with a kind of upgraded weapon itself is going to be the UMP. JDM hunts towards Shaw, but at this point, Fnatic don't have to work too hard, right? Just default, waits for to see any aggression coming in from the CTs, get that first pick, then go into a basic execution. They're just clearing the map out right now. Connector control coming in, looking very promising.
What a shocking turn of events, and Liquid, there's 25 seconds on the clock, and yet they didn't really have any information about what was going on. They were really far back on the map. That's a bit unusual in an anti-eco like that, so that really came back to bite them. Now they're being a bit more proactive. You can see them checking out this, and I mean, with this kind of weapons, I think they have to do that. If they want to steal it back here, they're going to need some really big frags early in the game, but they've got a lot of info already from that little peek into apartments.
Yeah, absolutely. So they can probably adjust one player falling back from A, maybe focus on the B bomb site. It's looking right now that Fnatic will be ending up on that side of the map. You can see them adjusting themselves towards underpass as well, and the short area as well. Of course, B apartments there. So in terms of utility left for Fnatic, we only have 1 smoke and flashbang, so it's not ideal. We've got a couple of Molotovs as well to clear out the van position. They should be reasonably comfortable here, but this scout could be dangerous. Now they've seen it, they might not fully commit, and he's starting to do damage here, JDM, taking Dennis down to 30 HP as well, and it's going to be JDM striking with Stanislaw to find 2 frags to the 5-7.
We actually get the body shot in, and Nitro's going to pick it up with C-set. 75 tries a bit more, but he can't take down Flusher. Bit of long-range spray with the UMP, but Stan's actually picked up that AK, and this can work out. Liquid might be able to strike back. I mean, this is just an exciting beginning to this game.
Yeah.
Elie's going to take down Flusher, and now the bomb is down. 10 seconds left here for Olofmeister, and we talked about how he's been doing much better, but with a flashbang right in his eyes, he can't do a single thing. Henry, what do you make of this?
It was a little bit too basic for my liking. I love the approach, right, when we got lots of map control, but unfortunately then they expended the majority of their utility. I'm not sure what's going on here. I don't see how Stanislaw can even get 2 frags in that position. Why they're both watching Connector is kind of confusing, I have to say, but it was looking so good. Connector control was obtained, you pushed the CTs back, they didn't really have much to work with, and for me, you're falling back to A then, doing that very basic execution, refragging, you got 2 open choke points there, they went towards B, that short area, the 5-7 stepping up, and it shuts them down. Now we have got probably a really exciting game in our hands here, and JW, he gets taken down. He actually had the AWP Anders as well, so that's going to be JDM stepping up. The AWP is recovered though, and a real brawler starting to begin in the middle, 4-on-3 in favor of Liquid for now.
Seems like everyone has just thrown the book out the window, and now they're just doing whatever feels right.
This is like my least favorite kind of Counter-Strike, where it's just force buy, and you seem to be finding victories, no gun rounds come in to like random bray. It's exciting, but still, like, you hate to see it, like when you're like a proper Counter-Strike fan. It doesn't really make much sense to me.
I think what's really interesting when you have a best of 3, especially when you start off with this much intensity, you know, if it goes to a third map, and even if you have like some overtimes during it, teams can get really worn down, especially if they have to play later today. I mean, this could be a really long day for at least.
Greatest of buys, but better off than what they were. This is the problem we had with Fnatic yesterday, Anders. Remember on train against Cloud9?
Yes.
Lots of force buys, lots of mad decisions like that. And back in the day, this used to work for Fnatic every single time, right? They were known for it, along with the likes of Envious, like teams that could just keep force buying and winning rounds. But if it starts going against you and you keep force buying around, save weapons, your economic situation could just fall apart and be in disarray before the game really gets going. They will not be forcing here, which is the good news. Just some upgraded pistols, deagles, PT50s, and obviously the saved orb as well. Crims might be able to cause some damage here, but those nades, oh, down to 13 HP, just about survives.
You just hate to see that happen, don't you?
It's so gutsy when you got the AWP.
And you feel so red at that point as well. Like, I was trying to be clever and maybe make this work, and then straight down to 13, and he's going to get taken out by Stan. Even the Molotov in there, so they will recover the AWP, but JW is still locked in the corner here. I think
they want to go hunter to CTs. They want to deny that, but JW, okay, he has picked it up. Still could be dangerous here. There it is. Nitro wanted to lock it down, but yes, he meets his maker. It's still looking absolutely fine for Liquid now. They know JW's got the AWP. They'll probably leave him be. There's a nice tight angle here coming in from Stanislaw as well. He should shut down this situation from what I can see. Nice off angle.
Feels unlikely that JW is going to check the corner. Oh, actually gives away the position. Now JW knows. This can get a bit strange now. Good flashbang in to try and help him out. JW picks up a kill. He knows there's another one there, but he can't take down Stanislaw. That's a really big refract coming in from the leader of Liquid here. Would have been awful if they had lost a third player there, in fact.
Yeah.
That kind of gives the game away. Elige will take the bomb, and Dennis, and the AWP can't be recovered any longer. So Olofmeister goes down last, and I would say that was not as smooth a round as it could have been. Like, after they get the first kill, you think Liquid just cruised through, but this keeps their economy, I mean, I wouldn't say low, but a bit lower than it should be.
Yeah, I think I absolutely agree. It's sort of, I think the madness has finally subsided now, Anders. We're going to have a proper gun round coming up, which is nice to see. It's not the best for Fnatic, but they do get 5 AKs. They would probably like an AWP. It's not required on Mirage whatsoever. We're seeing a lot of teams go for the very fast-paced gameplay, go for like quick connector control, try and get the A split going as quickly as possible. This looks even one step further than that. Full A commitment here from the very start of the round. This would be executed smokes towards CT spawn, jungle, and the steps, but Nitro, he's having none of it. Wants to battle here in the apartment. JW takes him down. Good refract here. This might stifle Fnatic, but looking like they still want to commit. Smoke's raining in now. Twist deploying the Molotov, and JDM, he finds the first AWP frag.
What an interesting call. They still go out for it now. They're fully committed. The bomb is down inside of the fire, and I mean, they knew that they were going to be walking into essentially a massive crossfire, and they still went for it. Olof goes down, and Crims as well.
What a reply that was from Liquid. I have to say, that's quite impressive. They could sense that coming. Yeah. And it's quite common these days for a terrorist side on their first gun round at least, when you know you've kept their CT money at bay somewhat, to go for these full executes for the start. But I love that from Liquid, going for the aggressive, assertive stuff in the apartments. They find one frag, and that just throws a complete spanner in the works there. They've ascertained there's only one player in there who can fully commit towards the A ramp and shut them down. You see how much fire was waiting for them on the A ramp.
And one of the teams that actually sort of historically popularized that double apartments push was actually LGB way back in the day, and actually had Crims and Olofmeister on it. They love doing that, and that's incredibly effective. I wonder why they didn't pull the brake on that push, Fnatic, why they felt like that was a good idea to keep doing it. Now JW goes down here, and this is looking like a really good start for Liquid, and that's in spite of the fact that they lost the second round after having won the pistol. You're right, the madness has really calmed down here, and Liquid, they're just coming out on top right now. Another headshot coming in from Elige, taking down Olofmeister. I mean, this is unexpected.
Yeah, we were wondering whether he's going to turn up today. He's carrying on 12 frags, 2 deaths, and so Elige has come into play. Just Flusher now, he might get one consolation frag here. It's going to be a 5-on-1 situation though. It's just a matter of time. Elige looking for the ace, in fact. So he probably wants to get that, kind of boost the confidence going forward, turn him into a monster. And Flusher wants to deny that the best he can. That's just a mental game at this stage, but Nitro steals it away. The assist comes in for Elige, but no ace today. That was a little partial buy from Fnatic. They've actually got maximum loss bonus now, and so $3,400 for each player this round.
This is early days, but how soon would you start going for the tactical timeouts to calm the team down if you're on the Fnatic side?
After this round. Like, we've had one gun round so far. It was obviously a bit of an experiment with the full execution at the start there. Like, it's very uncommon these days to go for that off the bat. You want to be going to a default, expend some of the utility from the CTs first, and then you go for the set piece, and then that's normally the most successful way to do it. It can be viable to do it at the very start, and especially in the early stages, but still Fnatic now. AWP back out. JW no head armor though. Decent buy for them overall. No double orbs for the CTs as of yet. JDM holding towards the A side of the map. And this is more of a default play. 2 players in underpass, 2 towards top and middle. Olofmeister watching that A ramp. JW just waiting for anyone to face him from connector.
Not really giving them very much Liquid. Would have been great for Fnatic if they could have snuck a kill in somewhere now. Instead, slightly later in the round, Twist going to be flashed into the middle, picking up a kill, going for a second headshot, and an underpass has gone down as well. This is so well coordinated from Liquid. They're everywhere in middle, and Olofmeister is very much alone, and without the bomb, that was just a split-second decision. One good flashbang, and they're all there.
I love it. No respect CS coming in. Liquid know what they have to do to shut down Fnatic here. Get inside their heads, flash over, take the jewels. Players like Twist and Elite as well, hitting every single shot. Did you see that spray control from Twist at that point? From the connector position towards top middle. That was very impressive. That's not easy to do with an AK-47. Let's see the second kill come in. That looked absolutely sick. So the first one, great. But this one, so nice from him, taking down JW there. Twist is that player's definitely one of the younger talents in North America, but very skilled indeed. And we'll see if we can continue that flow. And here we go, the tactical timeout coming.
You called it.
Yeah, I'm always right, Anders. Have you not learned that yet?
I noticed that yesterday as well.
Yeah, okay.
Someone should make a little compilation of all those things. Wow. I mean, this is about the point in time where things get a bit out of control on different levels. You know, for one thing, Fnatic, you've put so much energy into trying to win these early rounds, and it hasn't been working out. But also, the money's starting to build up on Liquid. I mean, that's really bad.
Yeah, they're keeping like 3 players alive every single round. We've got 9K on JDM. Same story for Twist as well. So they're fine for a couple of rounds here. They can keep applying this pressure. Fnatic, yes, they have maximum loss bonus, but no bombs are going down recently. So this has to be another partial buy, meaning we get upgraded pistols, some body armor, smokes, flashbangs, maybe a fake on the execution here. They are sending up 2 smokes, and we've got players towards the BA apartments as well. The bombs on that side of the map. So I'm interested to see whether this A split does work out for them. I think that's the play. But once again, Elise, aggressive, of course, takes down Olofmeister, shuts down whatever they had in mind before he even got going.
And I mean, that pinch that's going to come through
so
underpass,
annoying.
you want that to be not heard or seen for a long time, and then that just gets taken away before anything else happens. It feels like Fnatic, just like in the round where they did the double push into apartments, they get countered really early. Like, they don't even get to the execution part. Like, as they're setting up, things go bad for them.
And that's the problem. You could see they wanted to do that A split. They were lining up the smokes, and they needed to wait for their players to get underpass first, but Elise just says no every single time. Stays alive as well. Sure, he goes down to 36 HP, but you can see that tactics completely thwarted. We're going back towards A. Couple of flashbangs over. It's a bit desperate, but they need a sick opening here to have any sort of chance.
Twist just running out there. He's got the backup from jungle as well. Gets one, continues the spray, a double, and there's the triple. Just makes it look easy. I mean, Elise is already playing well in this game. If Twist is going to step up his level, this could be a really tough best of 3 for Fnatic. I'm not going to count them out for one thing. We saw yesterday Astralis lose to Cloud9 after being up 8-0. If you missed that, then you should go back and watch that best of 1. That was remarkable. They won it in overtime as well. That was a stunning game. But, you know, so 8-1, we know it's doable, but Fnatic really need to come back into this game right now.
Let's hope they can. That was the partial buy in the previous. Now they do get the full buy once again. No AWP once more. It's going to be 5 AKs. Faster play this time. They want to shut down any aggression. But once again, the double apartment push. Elise finds yet another opening frag here. Shut down, being bullied at this point, Fnatic. Another 5-on-4 Anders. They're getting absolutely wrecked in every single choke point here.
What a miserable state of affairs. You have to assume if you're Fnatic here, you just want to get to a point where you can even execute your strategies, and it's just not working out for them.
They can't get anything going here. They need to start adjusting and adapting. They can't just run that classic default, 1 player in apartments. If you want to challenge that area, you need to go there 2 at the start, slow things right down, because they're not out-fragging them whatsoever. They're not even getting refrags. This is a bit of a nightmare. JW has got towards CPL though, so at least some map control coming in, but they've only got flashbangs left before we've even hit the 1 minute mark. A player down. It's going to take a bit of magic here, but Elise, he's got a bit more in the tank, it seems. His second kill of the round. He's playing like an absolute monster right now.
And very dynamic in the setup. First he's in apartments, then he's in the middle window or getting that kill towards the ladder room. It's just incredibly annoying, and the timing was amazing for that kill. So 3 versus 5. They need Liquid to make a mistake here, Fnatic. They need them to give them something they can use to get back in the round here. And at least the kill happening on Elise there. That's going to open it up a bit, but Twist still holding in shadow, and they don't have any grenades to get him out of here.
Absolutely not. 4-on-2 now, Flusher and Crims. No grenades, 30 seconds. No bomb down. Nitro looking deadly as ever. This is going to be Twist continuing his rampage here. He's just been a god with this AK-47. Elise and Twist is single-handedly decimating Fnatic right now. Maybe another pause at this point. What the hell is going on? How are we losing these duels everywhere on the map? It's just perfect calculated aggression coming from the Liquid side, though. Choosing an area to focus on apartments primarily. That seems such a strong position for them. Going in there, not losing a frag. Then when they got their first 2 kills, holding back, waiting for Fnatic to run the clock down, waste their grenades, trying to regain map control. And this is just a perfect half of Liquid so far. They lost the second round 4th fight. That's it so far. Nothing at all has gone wrong since then. No bombs in the last, 6 rounds? Reds, Fnatic now, Deagles, Tech 9s, little grenades. This is looking to be double digits. This has been a very quick first half.
Well, listen, Henry, if you can't be allowed to set up, then maybe the way to go is to try to not set up so much and really sort of run for it, really try and go much quicker than they have been, because a
few rushes in there maybe.
Yeah, just try and get something, because this feels like it's just not working out for Fnatic at the moment.
I tend to agree. Well, for now, trying to find the first pick. The Deagle can be a very effective weapon on a map like Mirage. No opening picks just yet. This has to be the A split, or maybe just a contact play into the A side. The bomb's down at A ramp right now. There's one player spotted though. Damage slightly inflicted towards Olofmeister, only down to 94 though. So Elise, how many opening frags are you going to get in this first map? Looking at exceptional at the moment. 17 kills. That's not bad at all, Anders. After 10 rounds, let's go.
And Twist with 16 and 3 as well. Those two ratios are just, they're out of control. If you take those two players' kills combined and match them up with all of Fnatic, you're not going to be happy if you're a Fnatic fan at the moment. He's the best of 3, but still, what an outrageous way to get started.
This is Fnatic's pick.
Oh, you're right.
Imagine that. Still, early days. Let's not get too carried away.
Well, Twist gets caught out in the open. That's a new thing. And Delige goes down. Finally, something working out for Fnatic. They're going to get the bomb plant down at here. 4 versus 3. They just need to hold on. Maybe try and see if they can pick up another rifle somewhere. Olofmeister's certainly got the AK currently picked up. No more utility left on the Fnatic side, but if they win this round, there's a chance to build something. I mean, 6 rounds in the first half, that can really work. Getting caught jumping in the back corner, but JW hits a headshot. Long range there, gets taken out by JDM. And that leaves it in a 2-on-2. The bomb is not planted well, especially not for the ramp player at the moment, but Olofmeister doing a really fine job in this round, getting a kill there. Nitro, 9 health.
Let's go.
There it is. Crims will take him down. A sigh of relief, maybe?
It's something to build on now. So the only rounds they've won so far have been with the pistols, Anders. So let's hope they can kind of build upon that. That's something to work with. A faster play at the start of the round and then finishing up on the A side of the map. Just getting these opening picks, that's what they needed. The basic smokes there, nothing to write home about. Strategically, the Crims stepping up, facing as soon as he touches the bomb there. Obviously has no information, he's in the apartments, hoping that he maybe went towards CT spawn. Didn't work out for him. Like we said though, a plethora of money available for Liquid here. So we've got double orbs now, Anders, for the first time. An adjustment, I like this adjustment. They'll probably slow things right down now when we go for those fast picks, and just as Fnatic are adjusting to that, they're going to have to not find anyone at all. But a boost up from Nitro, very common. Try and get the pick towards the mid stage. Looking towards B apartments for now though.
Well, I mean, that boost that we just saw from Nitro usually gets used towards the middle, so you're never going to peek that coming out of B apartments. You're not going to be looking at this particular angle.
It's so risky looking towards B from that angle though. Anything could happen.
That's really interesting. And you could see Fnatic have become a bit worried as well about the early pushes that have been going on from Liquid, so they're holding really far back on the map as well.
Look at the Liege go. He's actually in the underpass right now as well, coming behind them. Oh my god, how is he doing this time and time again? He pushed underpass by himself just mid-round and finds the first kill. Still alive, of course. He's got the AWP backing him up, and this is just looking horrible for Fnatic. Every kill is happening like that. They're waiting for it this time. They actually had the angle lined up and he's getting out-dueled. Elige is just tearing them apart. He finds his 18th kill, and now it is another 5-on-4, but he doesn't even want to fall back here. Wants to keep challenging and running that clock down.
That's a nice little trick. He's actually shooting into underpass and then going back and looking top middle. He's hoping that that would bait someone to go and peek him. That's just a little trick, but it's pretty good. And I mean, another piece of the issue here for Fnatic is the fact that, again, the clock keeps running down so low. We kept saying that in the early, first 4 or 5 rounds. From 25 seconds, the bomb is now making its way towards the A bomb site, but any misstep right now, and that's going to come back to haunt them, and a lot of presence here. 2 in connector, 1 towards CT, spawn Elise, getting even more frags on the board here. Double kill for him in the round. JW will finally take him down, and actually gets another one, taking down Twist. That's a frag. Now 2 versus 3. He knows he's got no time left. 5 seconds. He takes it through the smoke on JDM. The bomb, it's being planted right in front. Can they get it in time? They just will. JW picking up a quad kill here. And now it's all on Nitro. 1 versus 2. JW, he wants to get back into this game. And Nitro trying his best to spray for the box. But he's trapped behind this, and there's no way that he should be able to get out. Can he bring it all the way home? They've got all the grenades. They've got everything they need. JW bringing them back with an ace. Every single kill. That's how it's done, Henry.
Unbelievable. That's what we needed from Fnatic. Someone to step up and give us a superstar round there. And of course, it's JW. They lose the first 3 frags. He just needs to get something here. 2 close range kills towards the connector. And then you think, okay, they have a chance. He delivers the full ace as well through the smoke. Unbelievable. JDM wondering what in God's name just happened in that round. That was pretty sick from JW. Now we might have a game on our hand, and there's some signs of life at least from Fnatic, especially from the man who's screen right now. A round of applause coming in for him, and we'll see what happens in round number 13. We did say early days, they managed to steal 2 rounds away there. Maybe 2 they didn't really deserve, considering they had pistols before, and it was like, what, 5-on-3 in the previous round. Crims, a lot more tentative this time in the apartment, and he's rewarded for it. Takes down a lead. Finally, they shut that pressure down.
And they must be able to guess that there could be a second player here. They can't forget about that, but JDM picking up a great headshot there, taking down Dennis, and now Fnatic, again, they're stuck on this slope. They need to make up their minds. Either continue this fast or cancel it and just fall back. This lingering around is not a good idea, but Krim's actually crouching in, gets a shot, and JDM again with a refrag. There's just a bit of deja vu here in the 13th round. 3-on-3, and now they're going to cancel it. I think this is a good mid-round call for Fnatic.
Yeah, still anyone's round for now. Back towards T-spawn with the bomb as well. A few smokes to work with, some flashbangs as well. CT's only having 1 player on the B side. That's going to be Stanislaw with the M4. Flushed is holding the flanks, and I think his teammates, they go towards B. He's holding middle as well, just making sure he shuts down short. They don't have to worry about that. They can focus on getting this first kill. Stanislaw just 1 flashbang to work with. Doesn't really have a rotation player to work with at all, so we'll see whether he can just get 1 kill. If he gets 1, they still have a chance in the round. If he goes down, you might want to consider saving the AWP.
You sort of wish that Flusher had any grenades in the middle that he could throw into A, just to pull someone in. But I mean, maybe he can make noise just with the gun. Still, would be more effective the other way. Stan is currently ready. All he has to do is stay alive here. I mean, getting a kill would be great, but as soon as he sees them, he's just got to make sure he doesn't go down, and he actually fails at that job miserably. Krim's going to take him down. Shot missed from JDM for once. The Molotov will go out, and 8 seconds left. They need to get this bomb plant in quick. JDM has gone down, and they will find a safe spot that isn't covered in fire, and that's the round. Well done for Fnatic.
Yeah, now we're starting to get back into it. It seems like JW's ace has revitalized the team. A nice default round there, down to the 3-on-3. A nice informed and educated decision to get towards that B side. 1 player watching the flanks in his middle as well. Flash actually going for the backstab there, finding the AWP. Stanislaw, like we said, had to find at least 1 fight there. It was a safe position. It was just the shoulder face from Fnatic. Baits out the shot, and then they take him down together. Keeping 3 players alive as well. They could actually finish this half on 9-6 now. It's actually looking much better for the Fnatic side. Horrible to begin with, 9-1 down, but still they can get back into this. Have a look at the money going into the next round. So we'll save the 7-4 for Twist. They're going to have Thursday lost minus, so we still just about have a buy. Twist might have to drop a couple of weapons here, depending if he wants to go for the AWP, go for the absolute firepower, or just spread the wealth around and get some UMPs out, Famises perhaps.
So now that that double apartments push has sort of been found out and cancelled, you know, Fnatic put all the math together and said, oh, this is what's not working for us. We just have to shut that down. The question becomes, does Liquid have anything else to reply with? You know, do they have a further depth on the CT side here?
It just seems like Fnatic finally adapted to it, right? Yeah. That was the main problem. You could see Krims, you saw it from his POV. He did not want to go around that corner anymore. It was knife out and running into the crossfire. The CT's waiting. He's actually waiting for the top 4 Elise to walk around the corner, takes him down, and the round unfolds. That's much better. We did have a tactical timeout for Liquid. 3 of those remaining. If you're not familiar, we do have 4 per team per map. Can be used at any time, but not back to back.
Do you prefer that system over the sort of having 1 or 2 long forces?
I think so. I think like now we have obviously the coaches that can't talk all the time. It's nice to just get them involved when you need to. Like it seems like they can have at least some input at different stages, not just 1 per half, for example.
Yeah, and especially, I think especially for a young team like Liquid to have Zeus coming in, sort of, you know, calm everyone down. Lost a couple of rounds here, just make sure that they carry on through. If they finish 11-4 here, they've done an incredible job still peeking out, and that's a pretty wide peak then. Taking down Dennis, that's got to be annoying. And a shot on JW, so Liquid, bit of a timeout, and they're right back into it, getting 2 opening frags. That's hard to come back from.
Yeah, the balls in this guy, Lee, facing middle with the silenced M4, that's not a usual thing to do. That's so scary. Takes down the AWP as well, baits in. Fnatic trying to pick up the dropped AWP, and that's 2 frags once again. Fnatic have come back from these rounds, though, previously. We'll see if they can do it again. Olaf Meister, he picks up the AWP this time. We've got Flush out, waiting in the B apartments, hoping that someone makes a mistake. But all quiet for now. Bomb down in T-spawns. They won't be committing anytime soon. Flush takes a nade. Not too much damage, they're down at 83 HP.
He must have got spotted surely by Stan. I feel like that jump would have been enough to give it away. Olaf Meister goes down to JDM, so if they weren't already bad, they certainly are now things. And Flusher and Krims, 2 versus 5, and the bomb is in T-spawn still. I mean, what are you doing around like this?
There's not really much you can do in this 5-on-2. Like, you know you're going to be eventually trying to open up a bomb site, but you're separated, bomb down in T-spawn. Might as well see if Flusher goes in the B site, takes 2 kills down. That would be something, right? There's not really a right answer here. Fortunately, Stanislaw deals with him. That's going to be the round concluded. Grim's very good in clutches, but this might be a stretch too far. They're running out of time as well. So there it is. It's going to be 10-4. Liquid recover and actually destroy the money of Fnatic as well there. It's actually very substantial. Here's Elise to start. That lovely position. I think he got flashed over by his teammate as well, so just taking that straight up duel, and you can see JW desperately trying to get back and get the AWP completely wrecked, and JDM seems to be having a decent game. His form has actually been pretty incredible recently.
He's been doing very well. We've got the whole the lounge thing going on, making life hard on the cameraman.
Well, here we go. Final buy for Fnatic. Round number 15. AWP out for Olofmeister. This is the problem I have with Fnatic overall, that the AWPing's so inconsistent with them. It seems like everyone wants to have a go, and that's fine. You've got players that can AWP. For me, though, I like to have a set kind of mindset as to who's AWPing and what positions and what picks you go for, so we can base our general defaults around that. For me, it's not my ideal way to play Counter-Strike.
I certainly hurt them a bit here, and, well, maybe they can make it back.
Hello.
Twist does take a shot right through the box, so very low on health, and JDM goes down. That's JW again working. A little bit of Swedish magic here. Dennis coming in with a kill on the leash, and suddenly things are looking much brighter in this round 3 versus 5. And there is going to be a flank from Nitro, but I'm not sure if it's going to be there in time, or the Fnatic are hesitating a little bit. There should be the round for Fnatic to win. 10-5 is still a doable half. They can still do this. I mean, it's looked dark for a while, but this is possible.
Yeah, sure. 5-on-3 now. Bomb will be planted. They're making sure they don't give anything away. Everyone's covering every single angle. Bit of spam damage there from Twist. Won't do too much, so Nitro almost certainly dealt with there. Bit of a struggle there from JW, but that should be it now. It's up to Twist and Stanislaw. Twist has been lights out this game, but not quite enough. Stanislaw in an impossible situation. We've done it. 10-5 for Fnatic. Really rough half for the Manders. 9-1 down. But we always said it's always early. It's always the end of the half. You can't say it's done. That's still doable. Win a pistol, they're right back into this. It's a good recovery from Fnatic. Good mental fortitude. And I have to say, though, still the same issues that plagued them yesterday as well. Lots of force buys, lots of kind of lack of adaptation really right until the latter stages. It was a bit of a shame to see, but hats off to Liquid though. They had a game plan, they stuck to it. The lack of respect Counter-Strike, pushing towards the apartments, up middle, Elise, Twist going at it, and is absolutely ravishing Fnatic.
Yeah, and as you were pointing out, Henry, it's their map pick. So, you know, either way, I think Liquid are going to be in a good form now. One of the traditional strengths of this team for the Fnatic side is actually the pistol rounds. Especially Dennis is very, very good with the pistol. So I look forward to seeing a little bit of that. Maybe they do kind of need to win this pistol still, just to have a way to get back in the game quick. And Dennis is actually on catwalk looking for a headshot and not really getting it. Finally drops the bomb, and that's Twist going down. That's not the best way to get started, but they did get the boost in. Nitro picking up 2 headshots. What a way to get back, but they forgot the bomb. They need to get back and get it, or just get the kill long range. I'm not sure what's happening here. The USPs are malfunctioning.
Sometimes it doesn't matter. Just kill everyone. That's absolutely fine. We've still got Olofmeister alive, though. Not for long. Elise finds him, takes him down with the Glock. Just Crims now, 4 versus 1. He is in the right position here. Could cause some damage to Silent GSP. He has to face, though. He can't allow them just to have full control of the bomb site. I think they did spot him through the kitchen window, so they'll fall back with the bomb here. They've got the vent covered. Very good decision here. Nice mid-round call, and we'll see Crims surely going to be kept out of this situation. He's got the defuse kit, but I think at this point, finding maybe 2 more kills, these low HP players get $600 in the bank. That's as good as this going to get.
Yeah, and they just heard him run as well. Nitro was in position in window, so either way, he's going to get shut down. JDM with the flank already here, looking for a couple of headshots, but Stan will take him down. That's Liquid at 11 rounds to the 5 of Fnatic. And I don't know. I'm wondering if Dennis didn't see the bomb when he got that kill, because it seemed like Fnatic did not make any adjustment at all to that. And that's a bit strange to me.
So the communication, it was good for Fnatic, right? They got the call that they're running up towards short, but they didn't count for a player coming through window and actually taking 2 in the back there. 3 kills for Nitro, and at that point, everything falls apart for Fnatic. They're going to have to force buy around this. It's a desperate time now. This is looking likely to be a 13-5 kickoff in the second half, but you can always step up the scout. Nitro tagged down at 43. That's why the scout's so good. You might not find loads of kills, but if you keep doing damage, it means the pistols become a lot more deadly. So, decent start at least.
And the follow-up with the grenade, unfortunately coming out of the underpass is Elise, and he's going to pick up the 1 frag there, spraying JDM with the UMP, takes down JW. So 3 versus 5, and Liquid replying fairly quickly. And I like this. I always think when you start to get tagged down with the scout, you really need to make up your mind as a team. There's nothing worse than slow playing against a scout that's just going to be moving all over the place. Olofmeister forgets to check the other side, goes down, so Dennis and Crims are left here, and now Liquid can pretty much do whatever they want. They should not be losing this round.
I agree. Should be absolutely fine for Liquid at this stage. Not overcommitting, making sure they cover every sort of risk at this stage. Grim's now spotted from the window area, goes down to 22 HP. That should be his round over, as they know exactly where he is. He finds a frag, will be impressed. Actually adjusting back towards B. But lots of time to work with here, making sure they don't give anything away. We discussed this yesterday, and the fact that every kill in Counter-Strike has some sort of implication going forward in the game. So you just want to keep all 5 players alive, and we have a real chance now at having such a dominating way to finish this game for Liquid. Keep 5 players alive. You have that first gun round where you got probably no head armor for the CTs. You can keep these UMPs up and just have more fast-paced gameplay and shut them down before they have a chance to even get going here in the second half.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, especially in the light of the fact that I think one of the weaknesses of many of the American teams is the fact that they have issues closing games, which seems to be a talent that's sort of separate from the rest of playing the game. Just, if you're Liquid at this point, you probably shouldn't be thinking it, but in the back of your mind, you probably are thinking, we've sort of done this, like, this game is ours, and now we just need to find the last couple of rounds and everything is good.
Well, it's looking bleak for Fnatic. As we mentioned, this is their map pick in the best of 3. That's not good news considering they're actually going to be 12, 5 down, potentially 13 going forward as well. This has to be the full eco for Fnatic now. Maybe PT50s, that's about as good as it gets. But after fourth buy in a second, they can't really justify anything. I think a PT50 would be a stretch. That's only $300.
Yeah.
You have to keep the default weapons here. Try and get a couple of kills, maybe stack a B bombs. I hope they make a mistake and just rush into you. But going forward as well, it's good they didn't buy anything because they're going to need everything they possibly can to have any sort of chance of winning that first gun round here. Twist, trying to get the first pick. Knows he's got a chance and takes a lot of damage there by himself. Corridors to fall back at this point. He tried to use the spawn to his advantage, but that will send him packing. As we have Nitro now exploring towards B. More of the same here, really. Trying to keep all 5 players alive. Make sure you're refragging. No heroics required. I didn't really like that play from Twist, but he managed to survive, so no harm, no foul. CTs not necessarily stacked here, but trying to get something going. Crim's down to 30 HP from the underpass area.
Yeah, and this should be easy, and soon enough they're going to realize, if they didn't already, they should realize that this is just USPs and no armor, and those 2 UMPs could do a lot, even though they've taken a bit of damage, which is a bit annoying. Nitro will open up on Olof, who's trying to sneak into the B hallways there, and he's going to realize, listen, there's really not much presence here on the B bomb side, just finding Crims, and he's going to call that in, so it's a good play on Nitro.
Yeah, that should be it now. Bomb will be planted, still with 50 seconds remaining as well. They've got Kitchen locked down, watching towards short. I didn't mind the cash register though, that's going to be Flusher taken down, so a little bit cheeky, but Nitro's not buying what he's selling, I'm afraid. It's going to be 2 players remaining at this point, Dennis and JW does find one, but that's probably all they get going in this round. Dennis now very good with the silence USP handers, but I'll be surprised if he gets much more than maybe an exit frag of a player overextending. So he's just trying to hope that happens, and in terms of what he can save, absolutely nothing, like we said, nothing purchased, no PT50, no armor, no nades. It's not really worth staying alive, but I guess if something, it denies $600 coming into the bank account to Liquid. If he does stay alive, that's about it, but there you go, the AK regardless. So final kill comes in, 13-5. And I'm very interested to see what kind of money we have for Fnatic generally. I don't think we can bring the AWPs out at all. I think we're going to have players without head armor as well. That's an issue. So 3 of those so far. JW has to go down to the M4. No kits, no incendiaries, 3 players without head armor against 2 UMPs. This is, if I'm Liquid right now, I would take a pause at this stage actually. I would say this is such an important round for me. I'm Zeus, I'm calling the timeout. I'm saying we're doing a set piece off the bat, we're doing some very quickly, 5 players together. They won't have incendiaries to lock us out. Let's do one of the fastest strats we have, and that could be coming in. This looks kind of Cloud9-esque as they run straight towards middle, but JW opens things up with the HG frag.
That's a really good start. That grenade goes a bit too far, unfortunately, but they're right behind the smoke, so any indication here, Russia almost spotting out. I think there was Nitro down there in the middle with Elige. Going to try and go for a boost into the window, and they'll be successful in doing that. So not the best start here for Liquid, but they've got some map control. They lose Nitro, and now that's a bit of a shame. Elige can still do a lot of damage if they don't realize, and there's the first kill coming. 3 turns around, and Dennis going to be there with the refrag. So this is what Fnatic wanted.
Yeah, interesting decision there from JW, but regardless, the refrag came in, so it's all fine. Decent round so far from Fnatic. 1 minute remaining, 4 on 2. It's up to JDM and Twist now. JDM with the AK as well. Not known to be a world-class rifler, but we'll see where we can step up here. In round number 19, his teammate towards the apartments, and the pincer begins.
And these kills really matter in a round like this. You were already pointing this out with the economy, but if you can get 2 more frags into a round like this, you know that when you eventually win that 14th round, they're going to be ecoing, and that's what you want. You want to make sure that they can't just keep buying and buying.
It's a good nade.
Dennis is going to peek behind it anyway. That's a triple kill for Dennis, and a 6th round for Fnatic. Now, what do you think? What are the chances here? What's the forecast looking like for a full Fnatic comeback? 10 rounds, Henry. You a believer in this?
I'm always a believer of the likes of Fnatic. They're a team with experience, some multiple world champions in this lineup. They know what they have to do. This is their map pick. We saw them decimate Immortals at DreamHack 16-1 in this map. We know they can play it. It's a rough start today. They seem to be a slow burner team these days. If they can just now string a few rounds together, break the money down of Liquid, they always have a chance. So deadly, so many veterans on this team. And Dennis, this is what we want to see. Can't be tentative here. Let's get up there in their grills, find those first kills, and give them the same treatment they gave to us in the first half.
Well, I like that kind of talk, and it seems like Liquid are setting up for an A push with just one guy lingering in underpass. That's something we've seen very many times before. Dennis turning around exactly at the wrong time. Elise timing is just godlike at this point
what is
in time.
going on?
I can't even believe it. I think that smoke, though, failed heavily in the window. It went way too far back, so if anyone realizes maybe they could use that. But Liquid are just waiting. They want someone from Fnatic to go and peek.
Seems that way. For Liquid, though, this is a dream. You've got a minute remaining. You've got that first frag. CTG know the money's not going to be amazing for them. Back towards A. We've got Elise who's going to try and find a kill in the B apartments. Dodges the nade. He just wants to show presence here. If he can get to one frag, you can see his teammates ready to strike on the A side of the map as well. That's what the bomb is in Palace. You have JDM with the AWP on the A ramp as well. Elise just needs one kill here. That's all he needs, and probably the round goes in their favor.
He's already managed to draw JW to this side of the map. That's a big success already. That means the other bomb side is essentially fighting 2 versus 4.
There it is.
He picks it up, you called it, and JDM will take down Crims. Flusher and Olofmeister left. And what could they possibly do at this point in time? Flusher, historically, has been very good at these sorts of situations, but he needs to step it up right now. This has to be at least a couple of kills from him. Sneaking in, it's Olofmeister, but Nitro is ready and waiting, and it's a 1-on-4 for Flusher. And this is just maybe a bit too much to ask. Twist will take him down. There's that 14th round. They don't even give Fnatic any time to breathe.
That's beautiful counter-strike from Liquid there. That's really, really well played. Textbook stuff, I have to say. So you get that first pick. It was Dennis aggressive at the start, as we mentioned, and he gets taken down. And then at that point, they're calm. They're not overcommitting. They're not rushing into situations. At least has to play. He said, let me go to B apartments. If I can get one pick here, guaranteed win. Even if I don't, I'm holding players on that side of the map. We still have the 5-on-4, and going into the bomb side, you still have power and numbers on that side of the map. He gets it, and they commit straight away. It's actually really, really well done. And here we go. We have the full force guy from Fnatic, and it's not great. UMP, Mag 7, pistols, and we'll see whether they can get anything going here. Last chance to Lumen Fnatic. They are gods with the pistols themselves, but I'm not sure this is the round that's going to deliver for them.
26 kills on Elige in 20 rounds.
That's not bad at all.
That's what we're looking at here.
Yeah.
Very hard to do anything about if you're Fnatic. You need some sort of response. Someone has to pick up the mantle. JW tried, he got that one ace, and that was, that certainly helped them a bit. They've got their backs to the wall here. Dennis, can we see some heroics? Is he really going to try and make the jump? Not quite yet. I wouldn't find anyone anyway at the moment. Liquid really taking it slowly. They don't want to give anything away to Fnatic right now.
And why would you? Like you said, NA teams have been known to struggle at this particular point in the game. Getting to match point is normally the hardest obstacle for them, especially against pistols. You lose this round, it's so crushing to the morale of the team, and that's when the bickering can start. And you feel like if you lose the pistols, that could be the end of the game. So he's very careful. Don't risk anything. I like what they're doing so far. Feel out the map. Use the Molotov. Sure, just make sure everything's covered.
Down to 35 seconds, but there's only one guy holding on the A bomb site right now. Crims with a UMP. He's in shadow. They have, or he's up by the balcony. They have everything they need to clear him out. They have all the grenades they could ever want to make sure that he's not going to be very effective in this position. But the timing is really good for Crims. He's going to pick up a kill, and now JW's managed to rotate in behind him. Flashbang to buy more time. 17 seconds. Liquid, have they left themselves too little time? Crims is hiding in the corner with the AK. He goes down. Stanislaw with a big double kill now. 9 seconds on the clock. Dennis picks up a kill, and sneaking in is Flusher. Can he get the kill?
Oh,
He's all he needs to do. 3 seconds left. He's missing it. There's the shot.
No!
No, they get the kill in return. He can't get out. Liquid stealing that round.
Oh, wow, that's massive. That was the entrance back into it. A classic vintage Flusher moment. 3 seconds remaining. They hadn't counted for it. And it doesn't work out. There was 2 seconds remaining, right? And they turn around and get the kill. He had done enough. If he knifes out and jumps right, I think he's just about to. He was a bit too wide, I guess, at the end. But
oh, that's heartbreaking.
You hate to see that.
You're already losing the map, but to lose it in that fashion, that could be a little bit scary. Flusher will be going down JDM with a really aggressive peek based off his spawn position. Usually don't go for that if you spawn just too far back. Flashing their way through the smoke, and at least they're going to pick up one kill, but it just isn't enough right here. Liquid just on a level we haven't seen out of them for a while, I feel like. This is, I mean, we've seen Elige play very well, but he's actually being backed up by the rest of the team. This is a really scary team to watch right now. Twist will be going down, but only leaves it in a 3-on-3. They still need more Fnatic.
Absolutely need more. 3-on-3 traditionally does not favor the CT side, and under-equipped, really haven't been able to salvage any weapons just yet. One UMP, a couple of pistols here. Nitro gets gifted an A to take that.
Yeah, he wanted to blow the rifle back, but he only blew the grenade back, but he got one more chance. That's pretty good. Yeah, Nitro, he knows. Now, if only you could throw it out the windows, but they're barred, but you know.
That'd be nice.
That'd be the play.
Well, for now, Liquid are just hoping up and seeing if anyone pushes in, tries to hunt for information, but doesn't seem like that'll be happening anytime soon. That's control coming in. This is the kill that really matters. JW can't find it. Could we be seeing Fnatic's map pick going in favor of Liquid 16-6? That would be quite the statement.
What a game this has been. Fnatic just not able to find their groove at all. Stan gonna pick up one kill, and that still leaves Olaf Meister in a 1-on-2 here. Bomb will be going down. He's got no kit and not a lot of health either.
If ever there's a chance to step up, this would be Anders. Save the day. 9 rounds required in a row. He's out of it for now. He has not got a kit, but got the AK-47, flashbang, and a Molotov to work with here. It's desperate, but it's Olaf Meister in great form right now. There's the first frag. Now it's a 1v1 up against Nitro, who's actually hiding in the shadow position as well. The bomb ticks away. He has to touch a bomb. The full commitment has to come in. Nitro knows he's making a lot of noise here, and there it is. The final frag comes in. Nitro picks it up, and the first map will indeed go in favor of Liquid. 16-6 on Fnatic's pick, no less as well. That's sending out quite the message here in this best of 3. Liquid, I have to say, they have turned up here today.
What an amazing team performance. Yeah. I mean, you get someone like Elige, but I feel like we can sort of count on him stepping it up. But it's nice to see that the rest of the team is following in his wake.
Yeah.
And you see some of these rounds where they get the initial engagement, and even if it's a 3-on-3 or a 4-on-4, they slow the pace down and just let Fnatic make mistakes, and then they capitalize on those. It's really good Counter-Strike.
I loved it. I think from the very get-go, we saw they had the game plan, they stuck to it, the calculated aggression, finding the first picks, the duels every single time. You've got someone like Elige in that sort of form, why not use him every single angle, every single position, pushing relentlessly. I thought that was so cool to watch, and the fact is, like you said, the team were actually keeping up with him as well. We had Twist. I don't think I've seen that kind of performance from him in a long time. Like maybe back like a year ago, he was looking that good. This is one of the best performances we've seen from him in a while. Fnatic got a lot of work to do here as we go to map number 2.
Yeah, really, really rough turn of events, and the second map will be Train, I believe.
Yes.
So that's going to be interesting as well. I look forward to that.
Me too. Well, for now, Anders, we're going to throw it to a commercial break, and we'll be back very soon. Do not go anywhere.
If you're a fan of crutches, then get your hands on this. But now let's focus on an even greater product, Taser.com, a competitive gaming platform.
Wow, James, that sure sounds amazing.
It is amazing, Dan. On Taser, you can find the toughest dudes in the galaxy.
I heard it's got all these great features for real gaming.
Yes, it has, Dan. Like a voice communication system. Just post one to your friends.
Wow, James, that sure is cutting-edge technology.
Radios must be within a 10-meter straight line with clear line of sight and sunny weather with no wind.
Do you keep getting wrecked by hacker noobs online? Introducing new Taser security system.
Wow, it's so lightweight. It feels like there's nothing inside.
That's correct, Dan, but there's more.
Behavioral index to keep you from playing with idiots. An easy way to send in your results. Multiple game titles. And here you can see a happy customer.
It's great!
If you sign up within the next 4 minutes, you will get these items for free. James White's best Christmas songs. Watermelon signed by Dan Black.
Fan är det här?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready with map 2 here between Team Liquid and Fnatic, and what a game it has already been. 16-6, Henry. I mean, were you expecting that?
I really wasn't. On Fnatic's map pick, and we know how good they can be on the map, especially recently as well over at DreamHack. We thought, this is their one, they'll pick it up, and I think, I even said it going into the best of 3. Liquid's only chance of winning this, in my opinion, on paper going into it was get the 2-0 in. I didn't think that would be likely, but now I'm not so sure. That's actually a very impressive performance. Elige, one of the absolute best North American players, turning up and then some. Well, like 28 kills there in a 16-5 game. That's insane. Twist joining him as well. He was up there with him, looking very good indeed. The other 3 didn't have to do that much. JDM, relatively decent game, nothing too lights out there, but that was enough. The scary thing is now we move on to Train, Anders, and that's what we saw Cloud9 play against Fnatic yesterday. They looked overwhelmed. They were force buying continuously on their city side, couldn't really get rolling. The AWP was almost non-existent for them. Luckily, I guess JW had some glimmers of hope there in that game. He got that 5-man ace, but that's all really Fnatic going there at all.
Yeah, it just wasn't working out for them, and some of their traditional strengths like winning pistol rounds and everything else just wasn't really on point. I mean, they were missing a lot of those shots on the CT side. They need to wake up here, and I mean, we know that they have the depth in the roster. We know how good they can be, but they don't really seem to be able to dig it out.
One thing I want to see from Liquid going forward as well, I love that play style on Mirage. You can do it on Train as well. The aggressive stuff on the CT side, like pushing towards like lower ramp on Train, for example, IV, main entrance. We saw Cloud9 do that. It seems to be like a common trend in these top NA teams right now, just being assertive, getting in there, having a lack of respect game style. And that's something Fnatic, from what we've seen so far, they cannot handle that. They've crumbled against Cloud9. Then on their map pick, Mirage here today as well. This is the best of 3 series. Their map pick, they on paper should be picking it up. They're arguably a much better team in terms of the rankings and the history, the pedigree of the team. They should be blowing them out the water on their map picks. And then maybe the thirds are decided. But going to Train, which we know they're not fantastic on, I think Liquid have continued the game plan. They've got Zeus behind them, kind of telling them to stick to your guns. Like, this is working. Let's just keep shutting them down. The aim's in our favor today. And it seems like everything's just coming together for Liquid. Finally, it's been a while.
It has been a while, and there's been a lot of ups and downs, I would say. And especially when you've got some, a star player like Elige, what can sometimes happen is, he's then the only one doing the work, and the rest of the team isn't really following in. But it seems like they've managed to sort that out. I wonder now, because this is another problem that Fnatic can fall into. Now that they can be a bit scared of the early aggression and of that kind of a playstyle, they can end up expending a lot of utility early on in the rounds just to make sure, and then they have nothing left at the end. On a map like Train, that can be lethal. You think of how much you need smokes to diffuse if that ever happens, if you're on the CT side. If you've used all of that just to make sure that Liquid aren't too aggressive, you've got another problem suddenly.
Yeah, I think the 2-0 is likely, but you made an interesting comment in the break there. You said they've probably made Olofmeister angry at this point.
Yes.
And we know how deadly he can be over at DreamHack, his kind of like his revitalization, his resurgence, if you will, and it feels like that could still happen. Yeah, it's on their map pick, but like we said, these players, so much talent, so much experience generally, surely they can bounce back.
I actually think we had an interview with Olofmeister once where he said, I actually like playing angry. Like, I play better when I get, just a little bit into it, when it's really personal and then I can feel that. So he's going to have to channel that right now, I think. It is a bit personal, and you can see the difference here in Elige and all of that. That's devastating.
That's the key matchup before the game, right? Elige, what a barn burner he had there. 28 kills. 48 ADR for Olofmeister. That is not good enough, I'm afraid. Sure, again, they'll burn out the water, but he's a superstar. He's the reason he got picked. Amazing recently, seemed like he's returned to form since the injury. Just to point out as well, Elige's ADR 130. That's like godlike status right there. That's so awesome.
Yeah, very hard to contend with, and Fnatic just couldn't. I mean, they just had no answer for that kind of style.
How is he just having so much free roam on the map, though? Like, everywhere he went, first kill coming in, underpass, top and middle, palace, pushing offshore. It's everywhere he went, finding their opening kill. And, like, there was no reply. It was 9-1 before Fnatic really adjusted and worked out what they're doing. They can't afford to do that again. It's been a rough tournament so far, losing to Cloud9 yesterday, pretty convincingly on Train. I think it was 16-8 or 16-7 in total. Same result here today in the opening map against Mirage. They can't handle this NA playstyle right now. It seems like they just don't have the coordination, or maybe just the kind of tactical essence of slowing things down and working out, right, we know it's going to be coming in, let's shut it down, let's get crossfires here, go frag for frag, and at least we can overwhelm the CTs at that point. But there he is on the screen right now. Elige, definitely the MVP so far this tournament for Liquid, looking incredibly strong. And it's nice to see this team's coming together. I think Zeus is a great addition. He's like kind of like the father figure of it all. I think this team has struggled in the past by having that lack of like authority. I think Elige especially, like, he knows how good he is, and he's a very young player. I think he can get carried away with how the team should be based around him. And I think Zeus there coming in, experience, of course, used to be coaching SK Gaming, winning 2 majors with them as well, can actually say, no, we're not doing it your way, we're doing it my way. That's the reason I'm the coach, and I think they respect him as a coach himself. And it seems like this is all coming together.
I mean, speaking of the major, it's not that far away. It's sort of really looming in the distance, right? So your form now could be sort of an interesting vector for what happens during all of that. And if you're Fnatic or Liquid, you want to show your best here. You want to make sure that the team feels just right and perfect going into that tournament.
Yeah.
This is...
it's not perfect right now for Fnatic, I would say.
It's definitely not
the right word.
And it's interesting because these guys have played together for a while, and we know they've got the chemistry. They really decided to have this team, and there were other options, right, and other players maybe on the market that they could have picked up instead. I feel like now's the time to prove that was the right decision. That wasn't just some nostalgia trip. Maybe that really this can work out.
Yeah, sure. They got second place recently at the DreamHack Open. It's hardly like a massive event. Like, it's still substantial in terms of the prize money and the teams attending, but you wouldn't call it like a premier kind of tournament going forward, right? So it's good to see them kind of return. Obviously, losing to SK, that's nothing to really be sneezed at, considering that SK, the form they've showed at this tournament as well, they've looked amazing. So I think that was more of a boot camp for some of the teams, especially SK coming out. We've got a massive calendar booked out for the June and July going forward. What have we got cheering? We've got a beach ball in the audience. They're enjoying themselves. Into the holiday spirit.
That's a good way to spend time. You know what else is, Henry? Fidget spinners, I've heard.
Fidget spinners are massive right now. Has anyone got any fidget spinners in the audience? Can we get those going?
There must
Everyone's
be at least
reaching
a
into their
couple.
bags. Get them out quickly. Yeah, everyone get them out.
I'm hearing booing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And just make sure, don't throw your fidget spinners. That's one thing you can't do. Beach balls are fine, but not fidget spinners.
Do not throw those around. We could have some injuries going on there. I've had some experiences today, and it's like I bought one, right? I got caught up in the craze, and I brought it to the event today, right? And I'm wearing this brand new watch in the green room. You didn't see this. I was so embarrassed I didn't tell you, right? I'm spinning it around, spinning it. I drop the fidget spinner and it smashes my watch into like 1,000 pieces of the glass, fully smashed. So there's some dangers with fidget spinning as well. You need to be careful and don't get too carried away, otherwise you could end up like me.
Is there anyone you can sue, anyone you can blame aside from yourself?
I don't think there is. I think I just have to take it on the chin this time. But I think we are getting ready to get into the second map, Anders. We can stop talking about fidget spinners and beach balls and maybe talk about some Counter-Strike. How do you feel about that?
If you insist, if you prefer, we could do that.
I do like fidget spinners, but I think maybe you should concentrate
a little
on
bit
the
less
things
after they wreck your watch, I assume.
Well, here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Map number 2, Fnatic versus Liquid. And Liquid, starting on the CT side here, is going to be 4 sets of armor for them. We'll have a look at the Fnatic buy as well. 1 smoke, 1 Molotov, suggests they go towards inside that post. But look at the aggression once again. CT's battling there at the side alley position, coming out on top. And that's going to commit Fnatic to the inside place at this point. Flusher going down the lower ramp first. And bombs should be planted here. They've got some control. And up to Stanislau now on the upper ramp to find the first kill.
They're going to get the bomb plant down, but they're all stuck on this little part of the site. No one is moving up. No one's got any control right now on the Fnatic side. That's a really big problem. And now finally they're doing it here on the Swedish side. That's really good news. Team Liquid, though, all grouped up, 4 members, and now they're ready to push on in. The smoke is going to clear any second. Twist hitting a headshot on Dennis. They need to do a hell of a lot more, Fnatic. They need a strong start more than ever. Crims looking for the kill. Flusher picking up one. They're turning it now, and it's all on Crims. 1 versus 2. He's got the Glock close range. Headshot. Are you kidding me? He takes down Stanislau as well, and Fnatic gonna pick it up. What in God's name has just happened? That first kill, or the second one there, we've got to get that in just ultra slow motion.
1% speed, let's get that coming in. Oh my God, what was this? Oh,
my
that's
God.
unbelievable. The dirtiest play I think we've had in the tournament so far. It's Crims. He saves Fnatic here. It was Liquid who were going so aggressive. We were wondering if they could bring that stance once again to the second map here. They certainly did. Funneled Fnatic towards inside. Like I said, very passive play towards that area. They get the bomb down, and Crims and Flusher go to town. Very impressive stuff there. Fnatic are back, and we go into the second round here. Forced bite from Liquid. CZ, Scouts, and a 5-7 to work with as well. Fast play, though, from Fnatic. This could be their downfall, but they're opening up the fragging here. Looking quite promising. JW through the smoke, of course, and JDM finds him. Bomb will be planted. It's such a brawl out here.
Just all bumping heads inside of the smoke, but eventually they're going to come out on top with Crims at a double kill there. And Stanislau sneaking around up in the white holes, not really able to do anything at this point. I mean, the pace hasn't changed much. It was so aggressive on Mirage earlier. Yeah. Seems like both teams are committed to do the same thing here on Train. This could be a really aggressive. I mean, just the mentality you can feel out of Fnatic here, that's what I want. That's what you want, you know, just make sure that they set the tone early on, that they're here to win it and just follow through.
It looks like it's going well so far. A fast play towards outside. I'm not usually a fan of the very fast strategies against the second round force buy against CTs. I like to just do defaults at the start, then work into the round. But this can work as well, as long as you're confident. Some basic smokes going down, flashbangs in, running through the smoke got a bit scary for them. JDM finds 1 kill, but that's all they get. So promising start now for Fnatic. This should kind of get them back in the driving seat. They needed a bit of something to get them into the game. Crims, that great clutch, that's certainly delivered. And we're going to round number 3 here. Liquid, pretty much full eco this one. I'll have a look at JDM's money as well. So he kept his substantially higher than his teammates. He's got 37.50 right now, right? So he's absolutely fine getting the AWP next round. That's good news. Like we said, Fnatic, in my opinion, not looking amazing AWP team right now. They've got plenty of little players that can wield the weapon, but generally speaking, it hasn't been like the main string to their bow. It hasn't been winning them rounds.
Well, they're certainly setting the pace once again. Flusher's showing just a little bit in A main, and that's enough to keep people there while the bomb is going down on the B bomb side. So Liquid with a bit of a risk putting everyone in that A yard. I don't really mind that. What else are you really going to do with USPs? I think it's a decent idea.
It's just one of those rounds where it doesn't really matter too much. Like you can stack somewhere, hope for the best, but generally you're going for maybe 1-2 kills if you're lucky. 3 players remaining now for the CTs. Not giving too much away. Looking for the exit frags, of course. You've got Nitro coming in from T-Spawn and JW striking from Connector as well. Just Stanislaw remaining. Will be towards outside and not really much he can do. If he gets 1 kill, that's better than nothing. Plays with Death for P250, doesn't find that. So 3-0 from Fnatic. They're going to be taking a Mach 10 into next round as well. I would say, do you upgrade that? With 8K, I'd say you probably do, considering where you are right now on map down. What did I miss?
Dabbing.
Oh, really? Can we ban that? Is that a thing?
I think it's. I think there was a sign earlier saying that, but I'm glad that it's spreading. You know.
I think in the UK, we shouldn't be doing that. I think we should be better. We've got to represent ourselves here. We don't get many events. Oh, maybe we do. Oh God!
There it is.
Oh God! Unbelievable scenes.
We've got a crowd favorite.
Well, I've lost that hand to take over.
Listen, it is too late to save British culture in this sense,
Yeah, I think
Henry.
we're done for
We've
now.
got fidget spinners, we've got dabbing. It's all gone downhill. 4th round is coming up here, and Fnatic have won the first 3, and I must say, much more convincingly than they ever did on Mirage, it seems. So just, that kind of a break, it can really make a big difference, I feel, between the 2 maps, and see what they can do here when they're up against the rifles of Liquid. I look forward to it. Nitro up on the train, and they are putting in grenades all around him. He's got to be a bit careful here. Actually puts up a bit of a defensive grenade, but getting shot in the back instead. It's Crims coming in, and JDM at least gets 1 in return, but this should be a bomb plant.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Very fast out. Assertive play here from Fnatic, but Twist, he is fighting back here. Brings down to 3-on-3 with the bomb planted. CTs are lacking diffuse kits, Anders. So with the AWP up on JDM as well, he needs to start finding frags to connect it. But this is looking great for Fnatic, I have to say. Crossfire set up, and how can he even open this situation up for the CT side? That's not going to help. JDM's dropped.
This should be almost impossible to retake here if you're Liquid.
This is one of the hardest bomb sites in the whole of Counter-Strike in the map we have right now. Retaking this site when the T's are established like this in an equal situation, there's so many angles, so many tight choke points to get out of the CT side, but Stanislaw finds 1 consolation frag. I guess you can call it at this stage because he would definitely not be winning the round. And Fnatic, they've put their mark on train so far. It's always a difficult round with the CTs, and I would say on this map especially, because he has such a reliance on utility and AWPs, I'm getting away from that force buy in the second round. I'm not even going near that whatsoever.
Yeah. And I mean, if you want to contrast this early part of the half here with Mirage, at least Fnatic get into positions, they get to throw the smokes without getting shot in the face, They've got some sort of setup that actually they can follow through on, and Liquid, they're sort of, it's hard to stop that on train. It's not that easy to push in aggressively, maybe a bit more so on Mirage. But we'll see if they try and revert to that later. You can do aggressive pushes towards Ivy or even into A main if you felt like it. And B slope, so there's some options. They're walking right into that C-set 75 though. But the fire will take care of Nitro. Twist and Stan are still left battling out here. Fnatic, you need to calm it down here. No reason to really rush this.
Well, Fnatic had a lack of respect against them in the first half. Seems like they're giving out the same treatment here in the second. Rushing towards outside once again. It's just Stanislaw now, the same info. Does find 1 frag, can't convert the spray into a second though. Got a little bit tense at that point, but shut down by Fnatic. Just fast A splits coming in there, controlling the economy. They know it's going to be an eco, but they did lose 3 frags to pistols, but still, we're getting to that point now. Maximum loss bonus for Liquid. The orbs will come out once again. And normally when things get a bit dire, yes, the double orb setup comes out. So JDM and Nitro. Nitro not like a world star AWP. He's like one of those players that's kind of a necessity. When you need a double AWP, he can bring it out. He's decent with it, but he's not going to be like a kind of Fallen Cold Zera sort of combo like that, it's not going to be like show-stopping, you know.
Well, we're going to find out if it's going to have a big impact here. I mean, I think this is a pretty solid choice for Liquid. Certainly, we've seen both Nitro and JDM do a good job, and Nitro will start off taking down JW, so already a bit of a return on the investment. Stan having an awkward battle with Flusher over there and ends up going out on top. JDM will take down Flusher, he tries to come through, and Fnatic getting stopped really hard in this round. Olaf and Crims. Now I guess it's just a question of finding any kills at all.
Yeah, good opening pick there. Double orb setup seems to be working very nicely. As I said, Nitro decent on the AWP, finds 2 frags, and we'll see whether he continue this rampage he's having here in round number 6. 2 players running for Fnatic. They've got tons of money here. They just want to be limiting the city economy. We have seen them win these rounds, but on Train with no map control, I don't really see this happening. Comes down to Olaf Meister with the AWP. If he can find an opening frag, something to work with, cause a reaction, maybe his teammate can find a rotation frag. That's Crims at main entrance right now. But it's very unlikely. Just hoping for a mistake to be made here. And there's no real reason for the cities to investigate. They've got this huge lead. Just hold the bomb sites. Crossfire there. You don't even need to challenge Ivy. As long as you're watching it like this at the backtracks, it's absolutely fine.
But I think they're echoing your thoughts here, Henry, because they're just really far back. You could see Olaf is trying his best to edge in a kill anywhere. There's going to be a break grenade on Twist. That was enough, apparently. 27 seconds here. 2-on-5 turned into a 2-on-4, but again, Liquid are being so defensive, it should not be possible for them to even get onto a site here. Edging their way in, and Crims will have gone down, so now Olaf, last one left to try and get the frag, and it won't happen. They only lose 1 player here. That's really respectable for Liquid.
Yeah, much better. The orbs coming out. Nitro doing some very good work indeed, just taking down Fnatic piece by piece. 5-on-2 situation. Olaf Meister, like we said, trying to damage the economy any way we can. Lovely grenade from Ivy, I have to say, but didn't get much done from there. And we'll see what happens as we go into round number 7 here, Anders. Double setup still rolling, of course. And I think we have an orb available for Fnatic. We do not. It's going to be 5 AKs for them. I'm sure they just keep up the pace right now. The newness is reset potential for them. Smoke's being deployed already. Suggests this will be another fast play. And why not? Dennis is getting ready. Nade's coming in there. That'll take some damage off him. It's up to Elise now to defend as they start making their way out once more.
It's not a bad grenade at all, but you can see Fnatic are setting up for that wall of smokes. Everyone should be able to identify that based on that setup on the container. They are going to be raining in. And Nitro falling back. You've got to be careful. They might flash their way through the smoke. He misses the shot. Dennis will take him down. Elise will get 1 refrag, but he's shot right in the face by Flusher. So still a really good opening. The rotation is already in. All of Liquid have shown up, and Stam will get a kill on Olaf. It's still a 3-on-3. But now with the bomb down, they still have a Molotov there on JW. This could get really interesting. Fnatic might be able to use that to prevent any kind of a defuse later on. And what is this rotation happening from Stan? That's so late in this retake.
It's tense now. Retake doesn't look possible to me. The flashbangs are coming in. They're going to give it a go. Bomb ticking away. I think you just call it quits to this one. Stanislaw, why is no one watching Pop Dog? That's insane. Now we have got a chance for a couple of frags here. JDM, lovely close range headshot with the AWP. Up to Crims now, up against it. Bomb being defused. 2 seconds. Can he get there in time? He can't. Somehow, Liquid pulled that round back out of nowhere. It looked like they were locked out completely, Anders. And somehow, the close range orb, it delivers. JDM saves the round once again.
That's such a ridiculous retake. I can't believe that he was rotating through Pop Dog that late. And then they actually
How
make
are they
it
not
work.
watching Pop Dog?
I just have no
The
idea.
CTs aren't touching the bomb. You have no real reason to disregard it completely, right? And he comes in, Stanislaw finds that free kill. And that's the reason they lose the round, right? He can be anywhere. He can be main entrance, even just to the side train by that place and look towards Pop Dog. Just bait out the shot and make sure you're not going down. That was a horrible decision, I have to say, from Fnatic, not to watch Pop Dog at all. And Stanislaw probably can't believe his luck. Still money remaining, though, for Fnatic. Had residual cash and the bomb going down as well. 2 rounds in a row, though. And JDM, he went to that upper round position. So common these days for the AWP, but shut down by Flusher. That's the orb dropped, and now a lot to recover here. Stanislaw, though, he is one of my favorite inside players. He's actually very good at anchoring this side by himself. And we'll see whether he can step up here.
Going aggressive against the grenades, and you're dead on. He's going to turn around. He nearly gets that kill. That was very close.
Good damage.
To taking down Crims. Still a 3-on-4. I think a lot of this hinges on whether or not Elige can make this flank work from Pop Dog. He's managed to sneak his way in. Not finding any kind of a target yet, but now he does see the feet, I think, of Dennis, who's well back there. Flusher turning up with another flank. This could get really weird now. Elige hunting. He doesn't have the time to do this, so really, really great job just trying to stay alive, but they will still lose Flusher, and Elige goes down, so all on Twist.
Yeah, unfortunately, Elise dropped. So that will signal the end of the round there. 2 rounds in a row for Liquid. And once again, it wasn't the prettiest to counter-strike there, but managing to pick up the round towards inside. We needed Senna sort of step up. It was Nitro. I'll just explain his mindset there for anyone, maybe a new viewer. The fact is he's moving the AWP round with every single round. He wants to be unpredictable. AWPing towards Ivy, main entrance, this time going aggressive in the inside area. The upper round primarily, if you can get an AWP set up on the upper round, it means he has full control of the inside bomb site. He can patrol that area, go for kills, and allow one of his riflers to go outside as well, strengthening their outside defense. But unfortunately, the Molotov dropped, and through the incandescence of the flames, Flusher took him down. And at that point, it's really difficult to retake the bomb site there. JDM needs to find at least 1 frag, and Olaf Meister stepping out. That's what we wanted to see. That was lacking yesterday from Fnatic, pushing down the inside bomb tracks and actually getting those rotation frags. And this is looking much better now. 6-2. Money getting weaker though for Liquid. Scouts are out, UMPs, and a CZ as well. Bit of a desperate buy, if you ask me.
Feels like it. Going to be shot down. JW, though, executing Olaf Meister after the fact. Not exactly the best way to get on with the round. It's going to surely cause a bit of confusion in the Fnatic team. So in a weird way, that worked out. I don't know if we can credit Stan with that, but when you only have the UMP, I guess it makes sense to try and push a bit aggressively towards that stairwell. Now, they've got very limited utilities. Even in a 4-on-4, you see they've got just a couple of flashbangs, a grenade, and then a Molotov there on the Liquid side. They're going to run out real soon.
Equal situation for now. Doing everything they can, just about boosting up and connect to gate. There you go, boys. Still with them. Not too bad. So still got time to work with here. Leisure the player to going up. I like this. He's their craziest fragger. Get him up in a position where he has a bit of a bird's eye view of the bomb side. Try and get 1 or 2 going. Twist is watching towards Ivy. And for now, Fnatic just biding their time. Not giving too much away here. JW looking towards the lower ramp. JDM with the scout looking towards upper. So some inside presence here. Nitro, what have you got for me? As they come down the lower ramp, he needs to step up at the CZ.
What a peek, though, from Crims. Ducks under the crosshair. JDM hoping for a shot, but JW's just ready for him. Very slow and measured approach here for Fnatic, making sure they don't give this round away after the initial confusion up in the hallway there. It's Twist just looking for exits if it's possible at all. This is going to be 7 rounds for Fnatic. I think Olaf in these first 9 rounds has managed to do better than they did on all of Mirage. I think, that's what we're looking for, more or less.
Yeah, pretty much. Almost non-existent as the picked player for Fnatic be their star. He just didn't arrive on Mirage whatsoever. This is looking much better now. This is actually going to have to be an eco situation. Of course, we have got Twist alive with the UMP, but their money's going to be $1,900 next round per player. Twist, he probably wants to save onto this as much as he can. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. Just about takes down Crimson. Managed to upgrade to an AK, so that's something. Doesn't go down with the bomb, of course. Manages to survive with 40 HP. So there we go. Something to work with him. That's about it, though. An AK-47, his teammates can't force around that. He can probably drop a couple of 5-7, something like that. But a pause for Liquid here. Zeus now. Oh, this is the team kill. I want to see how this went down. Oh, okay, straight in the bum. Not too bad.
That's a bit aggressive, isn't it? JW, he did pretty well that round regardless, so should have made up for it, I suppose, towards the end.
Sure.
Liquid, when you take a timeout like this early on here, Henry, you've got 7-2 on the board. Are you trying to make tactical changes or just calm the team down?
You're just trying to slow down Fnatic's kind of mindset right now. Just take a pause, and they're kind of like they're gonna have to sit there and kind of get frustrated a little bit. They want to keep going and rolling these rounds, bringing them home, and it's a nice way just to break the game up and let them kind of subside a little bit on the Fnatic side. But yeah, Fnatic will be up against an eco this time. Are we having another dab? Is that what we're doing? Is that the new feature of ECS? Who's going to dab in the crowd next?
It is. I like it. You know, maybe
yeah, you think it's a new thing?
I think it's a new thing. Bringing dapping back in 2017 never really went away, did it? But maybe there's hope for 18. Nitro will be going down. Again, they only have that one AK-47 that Twist managed to save in the previous round. And JDM with a USP up on top of the train will take down Flusher. That's not too bad. But should be able to be isolated here. Twist doing a remarkable job. Look at that. Taking down Olaf Meister. He's still in the 1-on-2. He's sort of trapped here as well. He goes for the fight, goes for the spray, takes down Crims. And now it's a 1-on-1. He manages to duck and actually make it past. He's on 14 health. But what the hell is Twist doing right now?
That's
3
nuts.
kills.
Yeah, well, at this point, still anyone's round. Sure, Twist got 14 HP, but Dennis has no idea where he's going towards. He's going to be back towards CT spawn. I still give the advantage to Dennis, but where does he go with this one? He's going to be so tentative, and they're actually going to be meeting each other in CT spawn by the looks of things here. Dennis at the backtracks, Twist coming in from the spawn area itself. timing is just going to be everything here. Who comes out on top? Twist doesn't want to go towards the backtrack. He's watching towards inside, keeping himself in neutral ground so he can rotate to either bomb site here. Dennis still has no idea. He's going to be a little bit worried about putting this bomb down, and once again, hide and seek begins. Twist coming in the backtrack, and he actually could take him down here. Not going to commit just yet.
Going on the other side of the
The
train.
timings, no way. What?
Dennis has no idea, and he's going to go down. Twist will get the quad kill. I have to admit, Russell Van Dolken does sound like a magician's name, but that's actual magic that we've just seen. He saves one AK-47 in one round and kills 4 people within the next round to give Liquid a 3rd round. My God.
That's so sick. Did you see the timing there? Like, you just assume when you walk past like that, that's pretty unheard of. JDM gets 1 kill with a pistol, but it's Twist. The man of the hour. He saved 1 AK-47 and delivers this kind of performance, gets Liquid back into this game, and a 1v1 as well against Dennis. That's no easy feat. Oh my God, that timing. Get out of here. That's insane. Wow, 7-3. We'll get into the next round, of course. A buy now available for Liquid. A lifeline perhaps here on the CT side as we enter round number 11. All power for JW, same story for JDM. And the default round, that slow pace seems to have gone away now. Fnatic maybe a little bit rattled after that previous round. Want to see what they're up against first. They know they can reset Liquid here if they can pick this one up again and really run away with this first half. But so far, so good. Crims with the UMP, holding above Pop Dog for now. Bomb will be in that area as well. Going towards Ivy and just trying to show presence. They probably will end up maybe towards an inside play considering the setup right now. Could also do the outside pincer, of course. Still with their smokes and a bit of damage coming in there. What just happened?
That was some team damage from Crims.
What? Why did he do that?
Try to motivate him, I suppose.
Get down there.
Yeah.
You're going first.
There's no turning back now. Well, I like this from Liquid. Just a bit of an echo of the stuff that we were seeing on Mirage.
Yeah, absolutely. We haven't seen too much of that. They haven't really had a chance to kind of establish themselves economically, and that's sometimes the downfall of this playstyle. If you're losing round after round and getting reset, you don't really have the utility or even the firepower sometimes to really justify going for it, and you have to just play a very standard game and hope you can get yourself established. Look at this, 30 seconds remaining. They do have 2 flashbangs. And to be fair, Fnatic with no final commitment just yet. This is going to be an interesting round for them. Outside, they will go with the bomb. But they've got to get their skates on here. This is looking a little bit dicey in terms of the final play.
It's only 20 seconds on the clock, and Twist and Nitro just picking it up. Elise with a kill on Crims. That grenade going to bounce right into his face, and Flusher comes flying down the ladder to take him down. But realistically, there's only 10 seconds here, and the bomb is all dropped out there, so can't really do much of anything. That's Liquid picking up a 4th round and making their way slowly back into the first half. And what was that, like, indecision from Fnatic?
I'm not really sure. They seem to be waiting for that aggression to come in once again. I think they were just saying, right, at some point they're going to be pushing something on the map. And we did get a bit of presence there towards A main, but that was about it. Not over committing and getting right in there looking at the frags. They were just kind of hunting for information, the CTs. They got that, fell back, and then Fnatic, like we said, the time they actually go for the final play. 30 seconds on the clock, so you still got to deploy your smokes, find the kills, and then get the bomb down as well. And then when they lost the first kill, they were just like, well, this definitely isn't happening anymore. Let's just kind of try and get 1 or 2 back, and we'll have to just retreat at that stage. Liquid now winning a few rounds in a row, or 2 to be exact, and now we have a scout up for Dennis. I'm not sure I'm a fan of this play. We'll see what he can do with that. I think the UMP would be more than ideal, even a Tech 9 over this, but let's see what he's got in mind.
Especially because that scout purchase leaves him with really no utility at all.
And no head armor as well, so against his M4s, he's going to just get blown out of the water, really. I'm not sure what the thought process is behind that one, but I would have preferred the Tech 9 utility over the scout.
JDM, he was playing that position last round, and this time he gets rewarded for a bit of patience. I like that play. I especially like the fact that he's not just sitting crouched there all the time, because people pop flash that all the time now. Yep. So when he's sort of, optimizing his chances to not get flashed, and if he has the flashbang, he knows he's going to have to re-peek in and get a kill. So it's, yeah, I think it's a good way of doing that.
Well, this will be the round that breaks the Fnatic economy, and JW, he's having none of that. He takes down Elise, shot there. So now we do have a chance, 4-4. Smoke's available as well. Nitro just investigating towards Pop Dog here, and main entrance as well. Hasn't got that much backup to work with it. Teammate coming in from the connector. Looks like will we maybe heading back towards inside and having a look there. It's Stanislaw. But his spools right now on the inside bomb site. We said he can be fantastic in this position. Haven't really seen it today, but JDM finds another frag here, takes down JW. That's the AWP drop. So now that probably does funnel them inside. 25 seconds remaining once again. 1 kill from Stanislaw. Oh, the incendiary, so good. I love it. He denies that plant.
That is really gorgeous, isn't it? Stan going to move up, take down Olofmeister by the sidewalk. He's even adjusting his aim and looking for him, but Flusher actually going to best him in that angle. But how on earth do you survive this? You're trapped here. Now 1 versus 3, and Dennis with a scout. Not even going to happen. JDM will take him down. That's 5 rounds for Team Liquid. They just played these rounds very well all of a sudden.
We talk about this a lot. I think we were mentioning it yesterday, just saving the incendiary or smoke for those kind of situations, especially for an anchor player as well. If you've got that final commitment coming towards the inside site, 20 seconds remaining, right? You drop an incendiary there. Sure, you only get 1 kill, but they cannot plant the bomb for another 6 seconds at that point. So they're standing around and you're allowing your teammates to rotate in, denying that plant, putting them in really unfavorable situations. So that's just really cool play from Stanislaw generally. And he's found them. There it is once again, 3 rounds. And Fnatic loss bonus accumulating now. Bomb plant's going down, but it's not looking too great for round number 13. They've had a great half already. Like, I think even if they lose 8-7, they'll be absolutely fine with that. Anything at this point is going to be a bonus. It's definitely one of the most CT-sided maps we have in the pool right now. But for this one at least, Tech9s, a CZ, a few smokes. This is like a set piece round. You're just calling the smokes off the bat of the round. Usually, try and get the wall of smokes down there, force a bomb plant out. You can see them lining up, of course. Yes. And this is just a chance to try and get the plant in. That's the main objective. It's unlikely you win these rounds, but they do have snowball effects, right? Get 1 kill, pick up a rifle. This looks like a fake, in fact. I actually like this a lot. So a couple players getting out pop dog. They'll be baiting in, and I'm assuming the other 3 will go towards inside for the lower ramp.
Actually, they're waiting for the smoke. Dennis looking the wrong way when he comes through. That's a bit unfortunate.
Lower ramp right now.
Yeah, Stan still doing a fine job getting the double spray. I mean, you called him out earlier and said that he was good at anchoring that bomb site. Do you want to elaborate on what does that mean? What does that term mean for anyone new?
The best thing you can possibly do, I'm not looking for multiple frags. I'm not looking for someone to go wild and spray everyone down, right? I'm looking for someone who has survivability, someone who can get information, calculated aggression, go for picks at the lower ramp, call for their teammates when they need to, and just hold them off. The good utility usage is my favorite thing to watch. There's great positions like this. He's not in too much danger. He can get 1 frag and he can drop down, but he actually gets multiple there as well. And it just seems very calculated every single time. Like when you've got players like that, like before like ZipX comes to mind as well, someone who can play a bomb site and is good for 1 or 2 frags every single time. That's what we want to see.
Wondering if Fnatic noticed something about the Liquid setup in the last round. Oh, Crim's going to open up and take down Stanislaw. That's a really good shot. And now they have to just scramble to rotate to get in here. Crim's long-range fight, and the spray doesn't come through, but it will work out for Flusher anyway. They've opened up the bomb site, and they're actually rotating back out into the A yard. So Fnatic completely throwing Liquid off, and it's just going to be JDM left here. 1 versus 4. This was just that quick kill, and then the follow-up by Crims to run in. That was enough to sell it.
It's weird when they went off this fast-paced gameplay. They were doing so well at the start. When they started slowing it down back to the defaults, that's when Liquid got back into it. This makes a lot of sense. Like, they probably just realized, well, should we just keep getting the rushes and getting those fast picks and getting out there? And they've won the half now, 8-6. We're going to the final round. Still money available for Liquid. But yeah, this is a much more convincing performance from Fnatic generally. Here's Crims.
Oh my
nice
God.
Little job there. Stanislaw shut down this time. And Flusher actually towards the inside bomb side as well. It's just so confusing with the CTs. Once you lose that vision and presence towards inside, like we said, Stanislaw anchoring that inside area, he's by himself. As soon as he goes down, it forces a rotation. Flusher capitalizes on that. And we go into round number 15. Double orb setup once again. This worked for Liquid, got them back into this game at least. And we'll see whether it works out once again. I like this from JDM. Sees the flashbang coming down, doesn't quite catch him, so he can stay there for now. I think he gets his pick all day long, maybe not. Pretty far in the wrong position.
A bit of a high-risk situation, but in the end, just going to be falling back. Twist to take down JW. That's a really strong start. Can they follow it up now, Fnatic? Lost a bit of control down towards Ivy. Olofmeister going to go down. Twist finding another kill, this time through the smoke. 5 versus 3 here in the 15th round, so they got no chance. They have to go for it. And they need a couple of really good entry frags, and they've not been easy to come by for Fnatic on this B bomb side, it feels like.
I'm interested to see if JDM has an angle here. It looked like he threw the smoke in a specific way to maybe give him a gap, but still, 5-on-3 and Flusher. He knows he has to work a little bit harder here. No gap there. There it is. But Flusher in the inside side. JDM takes on Dennis, and that should be it now. Clean round. 5 kills coming in for Liquid. Only 1 in return. 8-7. They're still quite jovial over there. They're a map up. It was a rough start of the half. They were considerably down, like 7-2 at one stage, Anders, but good adjustments, and oh God, there it is again.
The crowd is loving it.
I'm loving it, you're loving it. Will we ever see Anders dab though? That's the question.
Listen, I try not to do that.
No?
I feel like it's, yeah.
Not your thing?
It's not a thing. We can come up with better things, I'm sure.
Yeah, you come up with your own move, perhaps. Just make that a thing.
the Anders.
We'll get t-shirts out there, we'll get hats, and people can just do it at events all the time. Anyway, second half looks like it's beginning here. Fnatic, of course, in the CT half now. Liquid with 4 sets of armor. They've got flashbangs and smoke. I think the smoke's been deployed towards Connector already. So this will be a fast inside play, but JW looking to mow them down. He gets 1 and 2 as well. Backed up. It's going to be JDM finding a frag in return. That completely subsides the round, though. They had Flush at the upper ramp, so whatever rush they had in mind has been taken down. 4 on 3 in favor of Fnatic.
Real talk, Henry. That should never happen. You get that close with the locks. I mean, he gets the first headshot.
He shouldn't be getting 2 kills, I don't think.
And look at Dennis. This is some nice initiative. They should get the information that since there's no one, like soon someone should start to put all the information together here and sort of think, okay, Dennis is that far up. It should be a B push coming in. They're actually running into the site now. So nice headshot from Olofmeister, long range there. The USPs are finally working for Fnatic. It's all on JDM. He's stolen one of them though, but this is almost impossible. 1 versus 4. He's trapped on the bomb side. He can't get out and he's going to go down. Olofmeister landing a 2nd kill of the round, and that's now they're well on their way to a 3rd map, I would say. Like 9-7, good chance they could make it 11-7 before Liquid, well maybe I guess 10-7 before Liquid can have a real chance.
Yeah, that's pretty cool stuff there, JW especially. We saw the early smoke coming in towards Connector to start to set them up for this fast inside push, but how is JW surviving for so long? I guess it's so frantic at that point. The calls is like, he's on a ramp, so you're instantly thinking he's actually on the ramp itself, but obviously he's on that ledge position. It can be difficult to come in and pre-fire. That buys him a little bit more time, so he finds a 2nd kill. Flusher was backing him up from upper as well, so it was just an absolute nightmare in that inside area. That's round number 2. So, bomb went down, so we'd assume, Anders, that AK is coming out in the 3rd. So PT50's there. Chance to get a bomb down once again. If you go towards inside, right, even with just pistols, maybe sometimes it's just Glocks, you're almost guaranteed a trade at some point. So the bomb's very likely to go down on this inside area. So you can see right now, Flusher on the minimap. He's there by himself, right? Go towards inner, 1 flash over. If you can just get 1 kill, even if you spray 4 of you down, if you get that 1 kill, you're going to get the bomb down. That significantly improves their chances going into round number 4. Or 3, I should say.
You're right, and even worse, Olofmeister, who's behind him now on the bomb site, he doesn't have any like Molotovs or anything to stop the plant, so if they actually just get on there, and there's a long-range shot, oh my god! Twist coming in with 2 stunning headshots. The North American magician at work once again, a 3rd one. What's happening? Twist utterly wrecking Fnatic in this round. It's now a 2 versus 3 with a bomb down, and he's looking for more. Still got bullets left, 10 of them currently in the magazine, and he's finally going to be taken care of by Dennis, but there is a flank coming in. Unfortunately, the bomb is not planted for Stanislaw, so don't think he can actually stop this defuse, but this is just amazing play from Twist.
Yeah, what on earth was that? How is he getting that many frags? No armor, no nades, PT50, finds 3 kills, all headshots as well. That's kind of nuts. He really is kind of showcasing himself at this tournament so far. Let's have a look at this and enjoy it. That's long range, that's not bad at all. There's the 2nd, and very good job just to do so much damage there. This must have been kind of not strange, but still, there he is, Twist. Why are we calling him a magician, out of interest?
Last name, Van Dulken? That's got to be a magician's name. There's no way around that.
That's literally
that's
it. That's
the
all we've got,
extent of
Van
it.
Dulken. Must be a magician.
The amazing Van Dulken?
That's
I've got to assume.
Got a bit of ring to it, I guess.
Check out his family tree later, family history, to find out if there are any magicians there. I feel like there must be.
Wow.
18th round is coming up now, and we've got a Mag 7 for JW. That's a classic, isn't it?
It really is. The master of cheese in Counter-Strike, I would say.
Yes.
Loves the shotguns, loves the lesser weapons, and we'll see whether he can get rolling there. And it's going to be the Mag 7 up against the AKs and all.
I'm sorry. He's just walked right in. They have no idea that he was there. Now he's going to be jumping down, but Flusher's dropped the bomb. It's right in front of him, so still a 4-on-4. And Fnatic going to come in with a rotation really quick. They know that this is definitely a push. JW in the smoke right behind. Dennis with a double spray down, doing everything he needs to here. And JDM and Stan, it worked out so well in the beginning, but now they're in a lot of trouble. JDM still finding a kill on 1 and hiding on the bomb site itself. And where is Stan? He's going in with a really long flank, and it's not going to be there in time.
He needs to be careful with these flanks. He doesn't seem to be part of the action ever. His teammates battling, if they had one extra player there, maybe they have a chance. But still, he fights on, takes down Crims. 45 seconds remaining as well. Up against the shotgun and AWP. If anything, this is ideal. He has the only real rifle here. He gets 1 kill. Maybe they have a real nightmare on their hands. And there it is. What a shot to take down Dennis. That's the orb neutralized as well. Now JW, just with the aforementioned Max 7. How does he win this round? Stanislaw out of nowhere. 28 HP coming towards the lower ramp, and 1 shot could do it from the Max 7. Goes down to 19 HP. He knows that means JW is going to be close by, and he's going back towards outside Anders.
I mean, this is brilliant. The Molotov that JW put down actually blocked him from chasing.
That's right,
And now
yeah.
he's just making a run for it. He couldn't do anything about that. And he's double gamed him, Stanislaw.
Oh no, the mind games, it's too much.
Do they have actual mind reading capabilities on Liquid? Because this is next level. JW's got to feel so red. He thought, wait, it might be a double cross, and then he actually went back to the A-bomb side anyway. 19 health, I think that's the big issue here, but he's ready and waiting. He's in headshot range. Just one click is all it takes. He's going to get a little bit of damage into JW, who's now waiting on the other side. The Molotov is going to rain in. He goes for the peek. He can't shoot past them. The fire is right behind him. He's looking for it. He falls back into the flames. And JW, see the sigh of relief there. They will be able to win the round, but that was right on the edge, Henry.
Absolutely on the edge. I think everyone in this auditorium was on the edge of their seat. Unbelievable. The rotations, the mind games, the drama. It was beautiful. Stanislaw, I cut him out of this situation, but somehow found something here. That second shot as well. What in God's name was that? So close to winning it. Those are the hardest kills to get. The ones that are presented, the city's not looking, you know it means everything. And he dropped down into the flames. And I think that means there has to be an eco here for Liquid. I would consider forcing it, considering you've taken them down so many close situations here. And that's why, okay, they're taking a timeout. So they could consider the force buy here. I would say definitely do it. Like, just to, like, all things considered.
Yes.
It's been so many close rounds here. I think they do manage to do it. Everyone's getting excited here.
That's
a little bit sleepy,
adorable.
it seems.
That's a good camera find. That's adorable. It's much better than dabbing, I have to say.
Well,
11-7 is the scoreline here, and the 19th round is coming up. And you know what, Henry? They've taken you up on your challenge. They said, listen, Henry wants to force buy. We'll try and go for it. They got Tech 9 and armor. They've still got a little bit in the back left for the upcoming round, but this is going to be interesting.
We'll see what they can do. Tech 9s, armor, smokes, flashbangs. Sometimes enough to bring around in your favor. JW, though, Mag 7. Always a nuisance with this weapon, winning the previous clutch just about up against Stanislaw there. This is a big round. CTs, they're just as vulnerable as the terrorists right now, and considering their money so low. Losing this one can mean a double eco going forward. 1 minute 20 remaining. We have an inside play with Stanislaw, the in-game leader. He seems to be quite focused on showing presence by himself on one side of the map, getting information, telling his team when to commit, when he thinks he's done enough, right? He still has a smoke. Molotov, that might slow the team down somewhat, considering he's been smoked out of position, but they are setting up now. Smoke down lower ramp. This might be the play. There it is, and Flusher's actually in a very passive position. He's got backup, though, coming in thick and fast.
Yeah, it seemed like they were almost playing that like a retake at the beginning of the round there on the B-bomb side, saying, listen, if they rush B, we'll just have to try and go for it afterwards. Now, things are looking a lot more B-heavy. They've even got Dennis close in that C connector, so Liquid, they're going to get onto the bomb side, and they should definitely be getting a bomb plant here, but they won't be able to go anywhere afterwards, which means they'll be locked on the side itself, and that's so dangerous on the T side. And Dennis, again with the spray coming in. Twist takes one, but JW, the Max 7, mowing them down, just absolutely shredding them. And Twist, we've seen it before, but this time it's just too much. Flusher will take him down, and it will be 12-7 in favor of Fnatic. Henry, they're just 4 rounds away from taking it to map 3, and that would be quite something.
It would be indeed. Dennis doing some good work here with the M4A4. Can just see everyone running through the smoke. That's a bit of a nightmare. JW from the pop dog at the start finds 2 frags there with the Mag 7. So nice work from him. Farms a lot of money for himself going forward. He can probably drop weapons for his teammates. And we'll go into round number 20 now. With the bomb going down once again, I think we're at 4th state loss bonus as well. We do get a decent buy for Liquid here in round number 20. All for JW though. We'll see if he can step up against JDM. Still not done quite here yet. If Liquid can start getting a few rounds in a row, right back into it. This is a very telling round as the rest of this half will go down. So far, a bit of wallbang damage, not really landing just yet. That's some courtesy of Crims. In for the inside control, but the looks of things here. No one towards Ivy or main entrance, so this will be an inside play eventually. And so probably one of those full executions, maybe boost JDM up at the start, just to see if you can have a look around. I haven't ever seen a kill come from that the last year, that boost towards the inside area, but...
No, it seems to have faded.
Yeah, it really has. It's always worth a go though, I guess. You never know.
This is interesting. Are they going to go in without any kind of signal? Usually there'd be a smoke or a flash to signal. Yeah, they're running in naked to this bomb site. That's really hard for Flusher to see. He's no idea. They're going to be right on top of him. What a call from Liquid. That's so bold. And now the Molotovs are coming in. I love everything about this round from the American side. That's beautiful Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
You saw how Flusher was like, wait, but you haven't even thrown any grenades and now you're shooting at me.
Well, I guess at that point he's just waiting. That's his anchor sort of role. He's not really actively hunting for information. He's just there listening for the nuances, any sort of flashbangs planting smokes. He's going to tell him an X who's coming. Then he's trying to buy time at that point. But, like you said, that's a full contact play, right? You're going in as slowly as you possibly can, getting as close to the bomb site, and then when you get contact with the CTS, or we call it that, obviously, that's when you explode on the site. They get that first pick, and you can see round over. It's so rare in Counter-Strike to see a round like this. You just get one kill, and that's the end of it. But it's the correct decision for Fnatic. They were so far removed. Obviously, taking a bit of a gamble. We discussed this in the first half as well. If you can get one player established in the inside bomb site, he's happy to play there by himself. Having 4 outside is very powerful. It's the more prominent bomb site of the 2. And unfortunately, this time for Fnatic, doesn't work out for them. But they do make the right decision. But what we said, that's a full reset round. So keep the guns up. They'll have to drop a weapon over, but they're absolutely fine in that respect. 12-8, still with a significant lead here. Liquid finding one in return. And I guess that if it's an in-game lead, that's got to be the most satisfying kind of round, generally.
Yes.
Getting one kill and you win. It means you just completely out-strategize them then. You completely adapted and wrecked them in that sense.
We'll see if Fnatic can continue on this path. It's been looking good, but it's not like Liquid aren't prepared to play this T side. They're doing a really fine job. A lot of grenades landing on the A bomb site, but looks like the bomb is heading the other way instead. Molotov's out, grenade is in, and Twist is down and out. Every time they get a kill on Twist, I feel like that's a positive sign for the Swedish team. And Flusher doing a good job in holding on to the bomb site right now. Liquid, they've got to fall back and readjust. They still got plenty of time, and even still at least one smoke. So they could make something work if they want to try and see if they can get at a pop dog here.
Well, everything's slowing down. Liquid adjust to T-spawn, it seems. Stanislaw, he'll be sticking a pop dog. He'll be taken down for sure. Why? He's got the knife out. Oh, dear. It makes you walk maybe I think it's like 10% faster, maybe less than that when you're walking. It's definitely not worth when you have no idea what's around the corner. Like in that particular scenario, unless he's desperately trying to get somewhere quickly, that doesn't really make a lot of sense.
It's probably one of those player ticks, isn't it? Like how people swap between weapons. That it's just ingrained and he can't turn it off. But cost him a lot then. 40 seconds on the clock. 3 versus 4. And JW, can he get the flick in? He's going to see them right then and there. And he actually legs Elige. Went for the double scope as well. Still, they know what's up. They know it's coming. Olofmeister in a lot of trouble standing in the fight for a very long time, and he's going to go down. But refrag with Elige, who was carrying the bomb. So 2 versus 3 here. And we'll see if they can work some magic. Nitro, what a shot on JW. Turning around, taking down Flusher as well. All of a sudden, it slips out of the hands of Fnatic. And it's now just Crims left. 1-on-2 here. And should be able to get the bomb plant down, no problem. Really tough retake here for Crims.
Yeah, but he's undetected for now. So a decent position at least. Get 1 kill. Then that boosts your chances so significantly here. Misses the shot though, gives his position away. Now it's looking unlikely, I have to say. No nades and Molotov on the bomb. Might just want to fall back here. They know this is going to be the end of the money. Doing some damage, but that's not going to be enough, I'm afraid, at this point. Just going to be falling back, maybe try and find the AWP. Still fancies it, but there's no reason for them to face it until he touches the bomb.
Yeah, he's going to go and tap it even once, and they're just doing a really good job hiding here. He goes down to JDM. Another really good round for Liquid, and it looked like they had lost it there, but Nitro stepping up with a really great double kill.
That was great, wasn't it?
12-9.
Wow.
I'm not saying Fnatic should be scared necessarily, but this is about that time where you just want to finish this game. You know, don't let them get the confidence back in. Twist has been playing amazingly. JDM has picked up 17 kills as well. And Elige hasn't even had to do that much work. I mean, if he starts to plug in again, what happens?
Lounge Nation on the screen just there?
Yeah, lounging his way all the way out of the camera.
Yeah, it's not too bad at all. Well, here we go then. Eco for Fnatic. Trims to not save his weapon. Olofmeister gets some body armor. CZ very unlikely to win this round. If they do, Liquid probably out of this one. It'd be an absolute nightmare to give this away. JW, though, be a bit of a nuisance for JDM. And Twist stepping up. That should be the round concluded. A couple of kills coming in his favor. This will be a 4-on-2 now. Olofmeister and Flusher remain. And nothing really to get too excited about here. They might get a 1D or something like that, but that's about as good as it's going to get. CZ is better. Why Stanislaw seems to be so far removed from his teammates most of the rounds. Like, he's going down alone without a refrag most of the time.
Really good job. JDM not falling for the shoulder peek there. Which is, I mean, I guess sort of standard if you're an AWP like JDM, but you don't want to make that mistake. So I definitely appreciate seeing that. I don't know if we're going to get it on the replay, but that was the 3rd kill that he got. 12-10 the scoreline, and moving into the 23rd round. What do you do if you're Fnatic? Are there any obvious changes to you
They,
here, Henry,
they
that
haven't really
can
experimented with the CT pushes as of yet. We haven't gone like super aggressive towards Ivy or inside ramp, so it looks like Liquid are kind of dominating the pace of the game. And once again, another fast-paced play is what we wanted to see from them. We saw on Mirage. Can we get more out of this? And Legion open things up, and it's JW smoked out of position here. Wildly firing off shots, but it's Dennis striking from Pop. They'll get him back in the round now. 3-on-3. Crims will be joining him, but now smoked out himself. He probably has to rotate through inside.
Dennis Sprays has just been on point this whole train map.
Really has.
And that's obviously huge for them.
No kits, Sanders, and it's just a note.
You're right. But they do at least have Molotovs and smokes, so maybe they could still force someone from Liquid to peek, but they're going to have to be quick about it. You're right, that defuse kit makes such a big difference. They need to force their hand right now. There's the smoke coming up. That's going to be the first sign. It does actually go really short of the bomb. Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. The bomb is still out in the open, I believe, and Twist will pick up one frag. Nitro still holding by the E-box, and there's just no time here. Flusher just has to try and get out, and Nitro won't let him. That's 11 rounds for Liquid.
Yeah, Nitro's been one of those players that recently hasn't been like as good as he was in 2016, right? But now we're starting to see glimmers of it. Every couple of maps or so, it's coming back, and that brutal aim. He was that tag team combo with Elise for so long, and we're seeing him kind of at least having some good rounds. He's not posting the biggest numbers, but still a couple of rounds in a row now. He's had significant impact. It's looking good for him. And a Fnatic timer, Anders, he said they just want to finish this game as quickly as they possibly can, but I don't think that's an option right now. They have to take another eco here. We've got a full buy from Liquid. They've won 4 rounds in a row. Here's Twist once again. The magician, as we're calling him, for some reason. It's still escaping me, but I like it. I'm going to get on board. And just great shots from Nitro to finish it off there. Both headshots, of course. That round was already over, just to know as well. He was just trying to do what he could. Yes. They had no kits, so it was a bit desperate. We did see that short smoke coming in as well. It was almost useless, really. Like, he was just assuming as a default plant. Was not the case, I'm afraid. And round number 24 coming in very shortly. Purchases have been made. Crims buys the CZ. So there's flash up, so it will just be a little partial buy here. They have maximum loss winners next round. Maybe that's when we see the double orb. We haven't seen that adjustment yet from Fnatic.
That is true. Well, listen, the only C set that I care about is the Flusher C set 75.
Why
that's
is that?
A throwback. That's just,
oh, right, yeah. They went back in the day.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah,
but,
well,
you know,
that thing was broken, but he took advantage of it, I have to say.
Yeah, I want to see it back, you know.
You want to see that back?
Well, not necessarily the change, but just
the
Flusher.
orb and rifle combo.
Crims is going to be maybe the first point of contact. There is a huge flag coming in from JW at C main as well, but Flusher walking right into the fire, and JW got taken down as well. Quick up and down the ladder.
Yeah.
Not feeling welcome at all.
Quick little visit. Realises it's a bit too hot to handle, so he'll fall back there. And they've got some body armor to save that. Oh, maybe not. That's one player down. Stanislaw holding the flanks as usual. Flushing out, like I said. Body armor to save, that's something. If you can find 1 kill and upgrade to an A kit, that'd be amazing. A lifeline perhaps, but they still got a decent buy next round. This will be 5 in a row now for Liquid. After going down 4-0 in the second half, you were saying it's like Fnatic looking like they'll probably close this one out. It's a matter of time, but now 5 in a row for Liquid. $3,400 for the Fnatic side, and we haven't seen much of an adjustment. It's been pretty standard gameplay from them. I haven't seen JW really move his position from the Ivy area. He's just been watching Ivy, watching main entrance, getting smoked out. I think we need him to push maybe Ivy itself, go for the first pick, maybe up around. Something a little bit more avant-garde. Let's get in their faces. Let's go for the first pick and stop letting Liquid dictate the pace of the game so far.
I think you're right.
What's this? This is a new thing.
We've got fidget spinners and
fidget
dapping
spinners,
and
woos and dabs. We've got it all in the UK. Welcome, Anders.
How far we've fallen, I guess. 12-12. The score is tied right now between these two teams. And you were saying, don't let Liquid take all the initiative. Just get some of that back. Make sure they're a little bit scared on the map. And maybe that is going to be the recipe. They've certainly got the anti-rush grenades coming out already towards Pop Dog. And I'm starting to get a bit worried here for the Fnatic team. They were doing so well on this map. They were off to a brilliant start, and now it just looks a bit tricky. We've seen this one before, but oh no!
Here we go.
Stanislaw was supposed to bait for his teammate. He wasn't supposed to just get shot in the shoulder.
Absolutely. Well, that's a gift for Fnatic there. 5-4 now. Still a lot of work to do. JDM trying to get something going. He's just showing presence of the orb. If you look at the minimap right now, 3 players inside. The fact you hear an orb going off an Ivy, you just assume it to be more than just JDM there. This contact play, this walking in, helping yourself to the B side. You know Flush will be here by himself. And Elite can't find the aim here, but the refrag coming in and then some. Twist and Nitro both chiming in. It's going to be a 3-on-3 now. Low HP on a couple of players, but they have got inside control.
Bit of a misplay, actually, from Liquid. I think they put the Molotov into the smoke, so obviously that doesn't really work. Otherwise, that would have kept Fnatic for a lot longer. They're going to re-smoke it. Fnatic can't wait any longer. They sort of have to push through. And JDM is also now finally coming in with the AWP, and that's going to be lethal from that top range.
Oh, Nitro.
Right, he's got it. He's managed to creep his way through, but JW's actually there to take him down. Let's see if Twister's got what it takes. He's going to go down to Dennis right away. The Molotov is going to land on. They don't have any smokes to stop this, and there's one on Crims I think he just picked up, but how long can they wait for it? He's going to run in. Crims sitting inside the fire, and he will just have it, even taking the damage. I think he's going to get it in Fnatic, finding a 13th round. They steal another AWP, and this is going to go down to the limit again.
That was too close for comfort, I have to say. The Molotov there, it's always a bit of the Joker play at the end. Like, you're a 3 versus 1. You can drop that. You hope they have no smokes, and you're right. He did not mean to peek that far out. Dennis, good job with the M4. Molotov deployed. I didn't see a kit there, so the last second they picked it up. If Dennis doesn't get this kill, though, that is definitely round over. Just about nails it. They defused the bomb. I think it was like 1 second to go there. So not the most comfortable of rounds, but still doing a decent job, keeping their heads above water and keeping that lead. Double orb setup, like you said, the first time we've seen this from Fnatic. Number 26, we certainly are going the distance here. And I keep 3 players alive in the previous round, but still a significant expense buying up into this one with the reinvestment of the grenades and M4s. We'll see what they can do here. Another inside play by the looks of things from Liquid. 1 player holding Pop Dog. 4 of them heading in, and nothing at Ivy, which means they've lost track of information on the map. They probably have to commit here in the next 15 seconds or so, get in there, try and get that first strike once again. But now there should be an orb backing them up. There is indeed Olaf Meister towards the upper ramp, so that makes things a lot more problematic.
It does, and we'll see if Flusher could do a good job. If he doesn't go down right away, that Molotov that he's got in his pocket could be a bit interesting. And Olaf, can he get this kill easy enough on Stan? Liquid are in a lot of trouble, as you said, because they've got no Ivy control. They sort of need to make something happen. The Molotov is going to force them to hold back, but they've already thrown in all of the utility. They have to make a move. They're not going to have very many more grenades to do anything with, so this is already a bit of a failed round from Liquid, and they can't afford that. Fnatic are about to be at 14. They finally make their way onto the bomb site, but Fnatic, they're starting to rotate in, although they catch Flusher reloading. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, now we've got something to work with here. Bomb down, 4 on 4, but Olaf Meister, we said he could be a nuisance. Finds the kill towards Twist, but Elise fighting back. So is JDM. 2 versus 2 now. This round is so important. It looks like Fnatic have got it, but Nitro, we said he's been good the last couple of rounds. Not good enough here. He gets taken down by Crims, and Fnatic desperately pick up the round and put 14 on the board. If they lose that, that's a reset. Maybe Liquid run away with this one. The money's still decent, though, for the American side. The bomb will be defused. 14-12. We've got about 6k, even 9k in some instances on Team Liquid, so they're absolutely fine. They're still keeping Fnatic modest. They haven't achieved match point just yet, or map point, I should say, so still keep buying into these rounds, Liquid. If they just win one-handers, that's going to be the turning point. I mean, they can get back into it and actually level things out. Time out for Team Liquid now. A chance just to calm down. Been some very chaotic rounds, I have to say.
They have been, absolutely, and that was one hell of a round for Molotov. I think it was a triple kill for him, so he's doing much better on this map, and actually all of Fnatic are than the previous one.
The adjustment they've made right now, we said, is the first time we've seen that double orb, right?
Yes.
Olaf Meister there, like they've been struggling with those really slow inside plays and his contact with lack of smoke and stuff. Now you've got the orb there as well. Bang, low ramp, you just find that first kill, it shuts him down, means he can't get so much presence so close, and surprise Flusher as well. So it seems like that's the perfect call at this point. Liquid might have to struggle this one, maybe they get back to a more tactical game. That's normally my go-to idea when you're up against double orb setups. You're going for the wall of smokes, right? Get the bomb down as quickly as you possibly can, and at that stage, the orb has to retake the bomb site. That's when it becomes very problematic. So here we go then, we're back into it, round number 27, and we'll see what Liquid have brought to the table with their tactical pause.
But I think your point is even more valid if you look at the setup on that A site for Fnatic. They're all so far back that the wall of smoke you're referencing, they're all going to be behind it, right? Because some teams will play very aggressively, far forward on this map. That's not what Fnatic are doing at the moment. So I think there is a bit of a gap. We're going to see the run boost, and actually this is great from JW. Oh, I will see it. But if you do that in a better way, you can actually get the jump over so that JW can't see it. That Molotov bouncing off of him, that's weird.
He takes a sip, throws it on the floor. Yeah,
just a little bit. Calm down the nerves. 14-12. I mean, this is very intense. JDM taking out Crims, and that was all the way by Pop Dog, just sneaking in and getting that one. But a good refrag from Flusher. Interesting. Now, what's the plan here for Liquid? They have the bomb. They could have. It looked like they actually wanted to go for the setup because Twist was up there, but they should have cancelled it.
Well, for now, technically an advantage towards Liquid, but I don't think in this particular instance, considering up against 2 orbs as well, and overall map presence coming in, looks like Fnatic have got control of the situation. Dennis now trying to focus attention between Hot Dog and outside as well, but it's going to be JW backing him up. Very nice stuff as well. It's looking very promising to get towards map point here. Dennis, what a monster performance having in this round, particularly up towards Twist now, who probably is out of it. He's been lights out so far and still causing damage. 20 seconds remaining.
Yeah, this is so tough. He's got no time in. They're pretty far away. That's maybe the only thing going for him at the moment is maybe they're not going to be close enough to stop the plant, but Flusher going to be kicking out a C connector to take him down. That's map point in favor of Fnatic, 15-12. And even worse, Liquid's economy is not looking good.
It's not. Fnatic now looking to strike back. If you are just joining us, we opened things up with Mirage, which was actually Fnatic's map pick, right? They lost 16-6. They got completely blown out of the water, but we did say a team of this caliber can always bounce back, and going on to Liquid's map pick Train, where they actually struggled against Cloud9 yesterday, Fnatic, so looking much better today. The double upset, I think that's been the adjustment that's really been key here. AKs, Tech9s, and an outside rush by the looks of things. Let's see what you've got. JDM with the AWP as well. JW looking to shut it down, but it's Dennis to find the first frag.
Down Elige, that's a good start. Twist will get one refrag at least on Dennis, and Stanislaw, he sees the gun barrel. He wants to get up somehow. The bomb is planted really quick in this round. And Liquid, they know they have to go all in here, coming up with the Tech9 and taking down all of Meister. That's the start, but Flusher gets the refrag. He can't get back down the ladder. I'm not even sure why he wanted to. Just surely stay up there and wait for someone to try and get the defuse. Crims with a good flank. This could well make the map, and he's going to take down JDM. Twist realizes he's in a lot of trouble behind this E-box. One grenade comes out. He just challenges it and actually gets the spray on Crims. Goes for another one. Twist is down, and Nitro's next to follow. And Fnatic going to be able to win the map here. 16-12 against Team Liquid. We're going to go to map 3, Henry. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought indeed? I think that's very fitting considering what we saw on Mirage. It seemed like Fnatic just weren't turning up today. Olaf Meister, the man of the match over in DreamHack, didn't seem to have any sort of performance whatsoever. And now they're starting to get it together. They've got blown out of the water for 16-6, but a convincing performance, I have to say. Good adjustments. It wasn't a mastermind game of Counter-Strike from them, but it was enough, right? They were adjusting at least. They weren't letting Liquid control the pace throughout the entirety of the second half. They got shut down. Adaptation was being made at the right time. So it's good to see Fnatic bouncing back, and we kind of thought going into this one, 3 maps are very likely, and it's delivered on that front at least.
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if they can keep up the pace. Like, was this the best they could do in this series, or was it the warm-up and now they're ready to play map 3? I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, we didn't see the craziest game from Elysia. If you missed the first map, like, it was unbelievable, the performance he posted there. It was still decent, it wasn't bad, though. Nitro's starting to show some glimmers of hope, like, in terms of, like, we're looking to him have a resurgence as well.
Yeah.
We saw some good rounds from him. Stanislaw, though, for me, like, in the T side especially, he seems like he may be a little bit too far removed from his teammates right now. He's got an objective in mind, forward towards this side of the map. I'll come with the flanks, but then the round seems like it's already over before he gets involved. So that's a bit of a problem sometimes.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be right after the break, so stay with us. Map 3 is coming up. Don't go anywhere.
If you're a fan of crutches, then get your hands on this. But now let's focus on an even greater product, Taser.com, a competitive gaming platform.
Wow, James, that sure sounds amazing.
It is amazing, Dan. On Taser, you can find the toughest dudes in the galaxy.
I heard it's got all these great features for real gaming.
Yes, it has, Dan. Like a voice communication system. Just post one to your friends.
Wow, James, that sure is cutting-edge technology.
Radios must be within a 10-metre straight line with clear line of sight and sunny weather with no wind.
Do you keep getting wrecked by hacker noobs online? Introducing new Taser security system.
Wow, it's so lightweight. It feels like there's nothing inside.
That's correct, Dan, but there's more.
Behavioural index to keep you from playing with idiots. An easy way to send in your results. Multiple game titles. And here you can see a happy customer.
It's great!
If you sign up within the next 4 minutes, you will get these items for free. James White's best Christmas songs. Watermelon signed by Dan Black.
Fan är det här?
अभी कैलाश हैट्रिक की तैयारी है छोटे चिंता मत कर बेटा ही होगा
देवर जी बेटी हुई है
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Henry G, and we're going into the third map of Liquid versus Fnatic. I almost forgot what that was. We're doing. What are we doing, Henry? Explain it to me.
We're going on to Inferno, which is quite an exciting prospect. Probably Fnatic's best map they have in their pool right now. So that's quite a scary prospect generally for Liquid. I think if they were going to do this, it had to be the 2-0 Anders. They couldn't do it on trade, couldn't replicate that amazing performance. You saw Mirage, so I'm feeling a little bit worried for them. We're starting to see some of the bigger names turn up for Fnatic now generally. And Inferno, I feel like this could be the 2-1 in favor of Fnatic. I feel like they've done enough now, come to life just in time.
Yeah, I would have probably picked Fnatic from the beginning to win this best of 3, and I think we both agreed it probably could be 3 maps. I would have maybe thought it would be the reverse in the first 2, but, you know, that's just what happens. It's going to be really interesting, and I think, you know, Liquid, as we said, they're sort of a young team. They've got a lot of young players, and when you get that close to beating a team like Fnatic, maybe 2-0, it's going to be hard to mentally reset for the third map.
Absolutely. I still think they'll be confident, though. Like the performance they gave us in that first one, I think that's enough just to kind of give them the confidence generally to think, okay, we do have that in the tank. We need to deliver like that once again. If they can find that form, amazing. They probably can win this. But I think the CT side for them, that's when they're going to see most of their dominance. That's when we see whether like that Mirage performance, you can see that on Inferno as well. Definitely opportunity to do that. Pushing Banana especially, Apartment's control, pushing down towards middle in some rounds as well. If we can see that sort of stuff and see Twist and Elise come to life, I'm going to get excited. But ladies and gentlemen, the third map, Fnatic versus Liquid. Let's get back into this. 4 sets of all Fnatic and Flusher. He's got the HG grenade. No smokes at all for the T side. That's quite rare, and as I have to say, no smoke for CT spawn at all. So it's going to come down to pure fragging here as we get towards the apartments. That's where the bomb is. And I can see the CT setting themselves up for a double setup in towards the quad area. A little bait and switch from Twist and Stanislaw.
Listen, that one flashbang on Flusher is such a giveaway for me. That's going to be thrown surely from middle towards pit, and those 3 men are just going to explode out onto it. There's the flashbang raining in, but they're all on quad, and look at this, Stan going to pick up a good kill. JW with a shot on Olofmeister, and it's still a 3-on-3, so they got onto the site. They should be able to get the bomb plant here, and a bit of a strange retake coming in. And you said no smokes, but maybe even more importantly now, no diffuse kits either. And who knows what will happen. This retake will not be easy for Liquid.
Definitely not. It begins though. No kit available from what I can see. Edging in from apartments and quad as well, but it's Dennis. So good at the pistol. Strikes first with the Glock there. Takes down Nitro. Looking great now for the T-side. Fnatic, this kill decides it. JW finds it, and now it's Dennis to finish things off. Liquid, decent attempt at a retake. Good positions, but could not find the shots. And it's going to be Fnatic 1-0 there. You called it perfectly. That flashbang used over the top of middle there. A deep flash to allow the teammates to get out of the apartment's position. CTs, they need to be finding the instant kills at that point. If you allow them to get out like this, you've got a massive problem. Look at that. That's so cool, isn't it? The fact you can get out like that sort of movement mechanic is really cool to watch. And 2 players battling towards middle, that actually works perfectly for Fnatic, right? So sure, they lose maybe a couple of kills there to Liquid, but then JW makes up for it and then some going forward.
Yeah, that looked incredibly smooth. We want to see a bit more of that. C-set 75s on Liquid. There are 4 of them, and then the 157 on Stanislaw. We'll see if they can make anything work. A fairly aggressive take from Fnatic of top Banana. And this should be an all right round. In rounds like these, I just don't want to see any like silly mistakes. I really just try and find out as much information as you can. Is there a stack on any bomb side? That's the big question, you know. Just don't walk into a 5-man stack.
That's the trick. Do not walk into 5 players.
And don't stand in fire. I think we covered that one earlier.
That one's good as well. Don't kill your teammates, don't stand in fire, don't walk into 5-man stacks. Those are the 3 rules of thumb, I think.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. If anyone missed that earlier, then we've got it covered again. It looks like they are actually going to make their way through the smoke. That's a bit dangerous. The C-sets are on the other side, at least a couple of them waiting. Nitro going to pick up a headshot on Flusher. One way to get started, but he will go down to the Mach 10, and this position pushing in towards the tree is so popular, and for a good reason. Elise has also got a kill, so we're still in a 2-on-3, and the bomb is actually stuck in yellow for a moment. JW coming up with a heroic kill. That might have been enough for them to secure the round here, and the smoke is going to make sure, but oh my god, Twist has picked up the shot on Dennis. And JW, he's actually just in a lot of trouble now.
Yeah, Dennis there with some actually really poor aim. Uncharacteristically, I have to say, he had a chance to take down the super at the spawn. About 5-6 seconds at them, just missed all the shots, and now in a really difficult situation is JW. 15 seconds, goes to the safe plant here. Oh no, trying to bait them out. This could cost him.
He's waited so long, and Twist is going to be walking in from the side. Yeah. JW goes down. Liquid steal the round right back. C-set 75 on Inferno. It's another classic, and all of a sudden it's back. I mean, That was just unexpected.
Absolutely, that round should have been absolutely done. They had control of the bomb site, bomb about to go down, and Dennis from Newbox as well. Such an advantage. AK-47 and CZ at that range should not be dropping a flag. You should at least take one down with him. Wasn't the case in JW there. Trying to be a little bit too smart, I think, going for the bait plants and trying to get them to force out, and actually worked against him. He got himself in a position where he had the plant. They'd already got himself in position of ruins, take him down, and here we go. The madness begins once again. It's that Mirage kicked off. Back-to-back force buys all over the place, and it's got, once again, we've got Galils, Tech-9s, and a UMP for Olaf Meister. They've got a few smokes to work with, 4 of those. JW opting for more firepower, so he gets no utility. Grenades down towards the middle won't do too much, but they will at Banana. Olaf Meister now down to 39 HP.
Liquid, even if they win that round, they steal some of the AKs, that's good news, but then 3 UMPs, I mean, those Tech-9s could maybe get close enough to make the UMP not the ideal weapon in this situation, so JDM, and then right behind him is Twist. I love this position up on the bicycle. I think it's coming to use a bit more, but I would say in the beginning of Inferno it was pretty heavily underused. They're going to explode right out of the apartments. JDM with a pretty big double kill, and Twist still shooting away down from the pit. They shut down all of Fnatic in this round, and no chance for JW to get out. That was very, very confident.
Yeah, pretty clean and concise stuff there from Liquid. Didn't seem under pressure too much. A focus towards the apartments and core position. Force by not really kind of equaling to frags on the board for Fnatic. There has to be Nico now, so maybe the madness ends early. And as we kind of hate to see that, we'd like to see a few more rounds back to back maybe.
Yeah, we do enjoy the madness, don't we, Henry? We
do.
Inside and outside of the game.
We live inside it.
Yeah. Listen, we talked about CT aggression. We saw it on Mirage. We saw a bit of it on Train, a little bit less. How does Inferno play to this kind of thing, I wonder?
There are definitely options to the CTs, particularly these sort of rounds. You know, the full eco. You want to be pushing down and getting the frag, shutting them down before they have a chance to even talk about this round or the next one itself. They can't use it as any sort of a timeout. So this is what JDM's doing right now. Get in their faces, try and farm some cash, especially the likes of your AWP. He's got the MP9 right now, $600 per kill. So this is great. Full map control for the CTs, and it's just brutal right now. Dropping down into underpass as well, taking down that first frag. So this is looking very good. Not the most exciting of rounds, but this is textbook stuff from Liquid. Just get down there and don't allow them to have any sort of inch into this mile. So this is great. But yeah, generally speaking, CT aggression, it can't be every single round. It can't be like what we saw in Mirage, where you have a different option. You can't push middle, push ballast. It doesn't have that sort of play to it. You have the option to maybe go for banana control, smoking down by the T steps, and it's pushing the T's back. The problem is that doesn't really equate to opening frags, right? It's locking the T's out of that certain position. They can choose to challenge you, but it's not as prevalent as it is in Mirage, right? You can't, there's no choke point to go towards like middle, top and middle on Mirage. But anyway, we are finding frags with these SMGs. It's looking quite comfortable here. And JDM, we said no team killing. And he's done
no
it.
fire.
And
they
no
broke
fire.
both the rules, Henry.
That's you hate to see that. That's a shame. But still, 3-1 for Liquid. Pretty comfortable round, albeit with a little team kill at the end. It's not a big deal.
I suppose we said no team killing. We didn't say anything about teammates standing in fire.
Yeah, I guess we have to be more clear with our rules.
All right, well, we'll update that later on. Fifth round is coming in here, and let's see if Fnatic can maybe find a way to get back into it.
Okay, this suggests something aggressive once again. If you're Nitro with MP9, you're pushing down the bomb banana. You want to get in there. And that incendiary actually funnels the T's to push through and actually have to go towards banana if they want to commit. Molotov back at the top, so bit of a stalemate for now, and the CT's looking to challenge. So much utility being expended, and the grenade's working out perfectly, Anders. What is that? The airstrike towards banana. Takes down Flusher, great start. They can fall back now. That's the aggression you were kind of referencing earlier. You challenge at the start. If anyone does walk past, you manage to take them down. JDM top and middle as well. Job done. Nothing more has to be done now. Hold the bomb sites, get the crossfire set up.
If we see that from Flusher's point of view, I bet you the Molotov lands to the left and it forces him in towards the tree where the double grenade happens. Like, that's so incredibly brutal.
I guess we can call that.
Yeah, how do you stop that from happening? And he got funneled in there, as you said, from the first Molotov from middle. He was just a rat in a maze then. 3 versus 5 at the moment, and right now Twist waiting down in the pit. This is an enormously powerful position to be in. The bomb is dropped by Stan, and I don't think there's any way out of this, maybe except for death at the end. Crims is going to be going down as well. 4-1 for Team Liquid.
Love him. An MP9 round, I should say.
Yeah.
Going towards the banana area, great utility usage. That's just real nice stuff. Like we pointed out, incendiary, bottom and middle, funnels them towards banana. Then you're a little bit committed. Molotov lands your feet, try and get in the tree. Oh no, 2 HEs in my face. That's the end. And they keep finding frags as well. JDM gets another pick. Unlikely the T-side's got an AWP. It's not that versatile on a map like Inferno on the T-side. It's certainly viable to some extent, but not in this state of the game. It's once you've kind of established yourself, maybe picked up an AWP from a fallen CT, JDM looking for more frags here at the top of middle. Fast player Banana here, and he has to push it once again, committed by the fire, and it's a lead to take. Starts to get a bit out of hand. If you're Fnatic right now, they're going to have like, what, 10k per player, I'd imagine. So we've got, 9k in the Liege. Same story for Nitro as well. JDM not far behind. So they're looking very good right now. But still, it's going to be 5th stage loss bonus, meaning we get $3,400 per play on the Fnatic side. So they get a nice full buy here, like we said. They're all not really a big deal on the T side of Inferno. So 5 AKs, they get the smokes. Not all the Molotovs required, but nades once again. Not the same setup we saw before. This is a different one. Only 2 players of Banana this time. And default round for Fnatic. Nothing given away just yet. But I like this. JDM trying to break the game there towards middle, boosting above the smoke. T's not really usually expected. You have to get really limited vision when you're above that smoke on the T side.
Yeah, that's a nice aggressive move. And after that, looks like they're actually going to try and rotate Elige back. So that leaves 1 in B and 4 in A. What do you make of that, Henry?
I think it's a good adjustment. Once you have a CT established on that side of the map, if he's feeling comfortable at the wall position, just try and get 1 kill, get information. And it's definitely a gamble. It's what we saw in train as well, inside to outside. But it's a very strong setup here, and this is the more prevalent bomb side. So it does make sense. If you've got an anchor who's feeling comfortable, then definitely run this. Give it a go.
Fnatic really want an opening. They've solved one problem on Inferno T side, which they got the top mid control. So now they can throw a lot of fakes and they can do a lot of different things from this position. But it seems like they're still hoping for a frag anywhere. I would love it if they would try and smoke pretty deep towards Arch and even Library and try and make something like that work.
That's the best smoke in this map right now. That one that lands just outside the Library on the right-hand side, meaning you can actually attack from apartments and quad side and lock out any rotating CTs. We can see one player, that's Olof Meister towards B by himself. He'll be trying to pinch out, I'd say, a Banana split coming in here through CT spawn would make a lot of sense. Stanislaw can hear them though. They're making a lot of noise here, and he strikes at the perfect time as well. Bomb down, 3 kills in total. Stanislaw lights them up, and there's 2 players remaining now. Make it 1, and Dennis, he will find a couple of frags in return, but this round should be done. 10 seconds remaining. What a play from Stanislaw. Read it perfectly. Great round from Liquid. Looking great on the CT side, Anders.
Imagine they see him go past the smoke, they shoot through it a little bit, he doesn't pull the trigger once. I guarantee you, if he had tried to shoot through the smoke the first time, he would have been destroyed past that, and then the timing is unbelievable.
He gets gifted that gap. I'm not sure that's by design by Fnatic. You want it to be a bit deeper.
Not,
You don't want that at all, really. There's no benefit to that gap, because either way, you're actually giving an AWPer there a gap to work with, or a play like that. They didn't consider that an option, and Stanislaw, just perfect timing. Doesn't get much better than that in the CT defense. Now Rico, now Fnatic. No bombs going down the last few rounds. They get 1 AK for Dennis. So that's not a huge deal. Like, he takes his money a little bit lower than his teammates, but they can still buy in the next round with $1,000 per player. Round number 8, 6-1 now. Fnatic feeling the pressure here on the T side. Got some basic control of Banana here. There's only 1 player there, Olof Meister, and he will be taken down. Flush it first, in fact, but there it is. He goes down as well. Bomb was at T-step, so this round's pretty much done for already. Mid control for Fnatic coming in, but what can you really do with this? Like, you've already got the first 2 frags as Liquid. Hold this angle. Easy shot from JDM. Have to wake up pretty early in the morning to catch him out in that position, but JW gets 1 in return.
It's something. I doubt it's enough, though. He's making his way towards the pit. He's going to do some damage to Stanislaw, but ultimately, you're right again, Hank. It's just not enough here to make an impact in the round. And
yeah,
I mean, that kind of a round where you get that deep towards Archway and you actually manage to funnel the whole team through, it doesn't happen every day. You know, you have to fight quite a bit to get to that part, and then you just get shut down.
It's really rare to see that kind of smart play coming in and be so devastating to a T execution. They were in a great place. I said, Olof's a Banana, 4 players Arch, Banana splits coming in, so that's through CT spawn and making the CTs really uncomfortable, but they don't even get past the archway itself. They didn't see it coming. The bomb was dropped. Just a disaster. But for now, Crims has got the bomb. If he gets his kill, Anders, we have got a chance. It's Nitro waiting for him on the other side. Oh, bit of panic there. Can't find the frag. Nitro bests him there at the B side. 7-1 for Liquid here. That was not the full commitment in terms of the buy from Fnatic. Just 1 AK and some Tech 9. So didn't expect too much there, but maybe a pause at this stage, I would say. Maybe, maybe not. Fnatic don't seem that they want to have it.
I feel like they've maybe they've already got an idea ready that they can use.
A lot of hats, I have to say, right now.
Do we
get given these cool hats? Do we get that?
I'm sure we can ask. We'll ask James Bardolph, and he'll help us out, I'm sure.
Or James White and Daniel Black if they're in the building.
That's true. That's been a thing too. That commercial has scarred me for
Never
life.
seen anything like it, but I love it.
7-1. We're moving into the 9th round. This is turning into just a very interesting situation. I do want to remind all of you, whoever's going to win this game will be playing Astralis later today in another best of 3, and that will be very tough. But honestly, both these teams, I mean, maybe especially now Liquid, I'm wondering if they could take the fight to Astralis, because they weren't looking like they 100%. They lost to Cloud9.
Yeah, I would say that's totally correct, and that's going to be a great game to finish things off today. Anyway, we'll get into this one. 1 minute 13 remaining. Commitment coming in towards the quad side. Up to Twist to try and fend them off, but it's Stanistor and Nitro striking first. Good flashbangs being used as well. That should be Stanistor gets another frag and drops the bomb as well. 3 on 2, and he keeps mowing them down. Just JW remaining now, and another fantastic round for Liquid generally. But JW still has a chance with this one. It's hiding behind the smoke for now, trying to get one more pick. They've got the bomb here, don't have to overcommit. They know exactly where he is. Stanistor offers up his head to JW, and he rips it off.
It's dangerous. He's going to find the second kill as well. Suddenly, it's a one-on-one. Triple kill for JW, and he's looking for the quad. He's going to get the bomb plant down here. JDM, he can't really get there in time. Looking the wrong way as well, but now he's inside the side. This is on a knife's edge, Henry.
Yeah, really smart stuff from JW, looking for 4 kills in total here. JDM with the AWP, and this is not ideal in this situation, considering the JW position as well. It feels like it's done for. JW's done enough. Another lifeline. He did this on Mirage as well. A monster performance. It shouldn't be happening. And now he's got vision of JDM as well. One more bullet will do it if he can find the headshot. Fake defuse comes in. JW not taking the bait, and what a swing around that was. JW once again. When Fnatic are down, someone needs to step up. He did it on Mirage with the AWP 8, and he does it once again on Inferno, just when they needed him.
And a big lesson to be learned. 3v1, you've got him trapped in the pit.
This was nuts.
I mean, it's amazing play from JW, and actually, all of this, that's ridiculous, isn't it? All of this is off the back of the fact that Stan, he's still got the triple to open the round with. He actually did a great job again.
It's Stan that opens up the window of opportunity for him. Why does he have to face on the Haybell's position? Why even do that? You've got the bomb down the site, right? That's done. The round's over. Make him just hold those crossfires. You could even sit in the quad itself using the pillar as cover, and he can't cross to the side, right? Then you have the other player watching the other angle. He can't do anything, can't move out of the pit. If you offer a headshot to someone like JW, they'll take it every single time, and that's a real shame considering the momentum and the kind of CT set they've presented so far. They might just take some sort of time in to work out what the hell just happened there. Good news is, though, only one player survived for Fnatic in that round, so I guess in that sense they can win this one, Liquid that is, and reset them. That's evident right now as well. Fnatic have one player just down to a Tech 9, Crimson and Galil as well, so they're by no means comfortable, but still an amazing round to steal away, and all off Meister. How did Twist hurt JDM that early on in the round? Did he knife him out spawn?
Must have been something like that, yes. Grenade actually going to be, well, I thought it was even better than that. Only tags up Elijah a little bit. Flusher, he could get flashed in by a teammate. Anyone nearby with a grenade, that would be a good way to get past that smoke. They're going to re-smoke it again here, so now Fnatic are just wasting a significant amount of time. Are you going to go for the jump here, Elijah? You can make it onto the wall from the barrels, but it seems like he just wants to spot out if anyone is on the other side. And they actually have no flashbangs left at all, so, well, one on Dennis, so maybe he could be the one to set it up here. Wait, go for the peak. Elijah will go down afterwards to Dennis, so it's not all bad. And now Nitro reading inside of the site. Stanislaus also moving in. That Molotov, are they going to challenge it? They run right through it. Try and see if they can maybe get onto the site in time. The rotation hasn't happened for the third player. Twist is still holding the library, which might be a good idea. Going to get the kill there. Stan picks up a second one, and now he's going to try and flashbang his way in. It's just Olofmeister in a 1-on-2 here. He's sneaking his way through the smoke, anticipating that move and taking down Twist. That's a really good play. And now he's going to go down regardless. Nitro, what a peak.
Oh my God, what a shot that was from Nitro. Olofmeister looking like he was going to do absolutely everything with that one, but it does not happen for him, and that's a big round. We did say that's a huge reset. And I'm just going to check in on the scoreboard right now, see what's going on. We've got Flusher, 1 for 10. Ooh. Not a great performance when you're star players there, but let's look at the titles as well. Sanistor keeps delivering on these spray downs. Having a look as well, Crims, 2 for 9. These are big names in the Fnatic lineup, and they're not really delivering here. We're actually into round number 11, and they haven't done anything really whatsoever. They will be force buying into this round from what we can see. UMPs, Tech 9s, they spent every last dollar. I can confirm that. A few smokes to work as well. This is looking very unlikely to win this. I'm not sure what the play is. You've got 2 smokes and UMPs to work on the T side of Inferno. I don't see it working out myself.
It feels very unlikely. They are putting a lot of pace behind this and trying to see if they can catch JDM. He's going to pick up the one, killing the second one. That's just really good AWPing, combat AWPing, as Chad would have said.
That's true.
3 versus 4 here, and The bomb has made its way in. Actually, top banana. There's a player waiting, but oh, he gets the turnaround. Nitro, if he had got shot in the back, this would have been a real round. Now it's still questionable. The bomb is in control over at the B side, and Flusher finding a kill. That's a really high impact frag. 2-on-2. This is just a completely chaotic round.
Yeah, we can see that position of CT Spawn from Nitro, though. A nice adjustment from him. Wants to play with his teammate here. Time ticking away, still with a minute to play with, but Flusher holding in CT Spawn for now. Detected by Nitro, though. He's been so great this round. And as you pointed out, it's going to be Olaf Meister now. Bomb is down on the site, so knife out, try and get there as quickly as possible. He's got the information, and Nitro at least is in CT Spawn. Flashbang, though, will hold him off. They're going to focus on the bomb now, and Olaf trying to cross over. Flashbang to work with, decides not to use it. Wants to go for the shot here, but boosts himself up on the site. A chance to find the first pick, but the CT's being smart. They're making this one single interaction in a 2-on-1 instead of two separate 1-on-1s.
See, Olaf is trying not to make any noise getting down there, which is a really good idea, but it's not possible at the end. Twist will pick up the frag. 9-2 being the scoreline, and this is turning into a slight nightmare, I feel like, for the Fnatic team. How many rounds is acceptable right now for the Swedes?
4 would do it. That'd be enough.
Yeah.
So that's what you, at least you want to be aiming for. I don't think 2 or 3 is going to do it right now, and they have to take another full eco at this stage as well. That was the 4 spy. Not an amazing one as well. I would prefer 5 Tech 9s with utility. I don't really see the point of those UMP purchases on a map like this. I don't see what they're doing for you. You do some base execution towards B, the Tech 9s can run in there and get some close range kills there. UMPs don't really excite me in those particular rounds, but it's round number 12 now. 9-2, full eco here. We've got a couple of Deagles and PG-50s. That's about it. This round should be almost guaranteed for Liquid. You can see Sanastorp, he's got the UMP as well. Perfect for this sort of round. And next time we get $2,400 for the Fnatic side. So another buy coming in. Haven't seen much adjustment from them though. We haven't had the AWP out once here on the T side, but like we said, not really required, but maybe that's an idea at this point. We'll see what happens. And the only round they've really won, think about it, they won the pistol and the sick clutch from JW. That's all they've got, Anders. So
it's obviously not enough at the moment. JDM will go down. I don't think it's going to make a difference towards the outcome of the round. They've stolen the AWP and they're trying to see if they can maybe fall back and run away with it. Olaf Meister. Would be interesting if they could carry that, forward into the next round. Yeah. I'll tell you what, since we're talking about CT aggression, I'll tell you something, a trick that I really like when teams use.
I'll go on.
So I generally like apartments aggression early on, where you, the CT, you run in and look down second mid, but the best version is the one where you have a teammate flashing you in, throws over the whole building and flashes anyone in second mid, and then you go for the peak from the apartment.
It's
I think that's really interesting.
It's such a risk because the T's generally double nade that position at the start, but you kind of have to work it out. You have to feel out the rounds, right, and see, are they doing that? What are their tendencies? But sure, yeah, that can be very effective. But here we go, Twist takes down Krims, now Olaf Meister in the impossible situation. 10 seconds remaining. 4 kills to find, and you said he wants to save this orb. I think that's not even a possibility considering his position now. Why is he not running away? Down he'll go. They can still buy next round, but doesn't really make a dent into that round. They find 1 kill in the form of JDM, but they recover the AWP, so that's fine. Round number 13. Fnatic. Looking a bit out of depth, just to reiterate, they've won the pistol here in this first half. Only round they've won since then is a 3 versus 1 situation where I have to say Liquid gave it away. They made it too easy for JW. It was still fantastic by him, but the frags he was gifted in that sense were a little bit kind of questionable, the fact he even got the opportunity to find those kills. Here we go, then round number 13. Could be a very quick third map here in this best of 3. All power JDM, of course. Very weak buy for Fnatic. Get the 5 AKs, but no Molotovs at all. That's a problem on Inferno. Can't flush out some of the key positions, so the CTs might be hiding in. And here we go again. I love this smoke boost. It's so sick. It means you actually you blend in so well with the smoke in the CT model. Very difficult to pre-fire that or even spot what's going on.
And I mean, once that smoke is up, you can easily make this mistake on the T side of thinking, well, it's relatively safe, I'm just going to be walking in, and that does not necessarily work out here. 2-10 as a scoreline, and Team Liquid, they are just on a roll right now. Fnatic win 1 round, and they bounce right back.
This is supposed to be, again, one of Fnatic's better maps.
Yeah.
At the moment, everyone's saying Inferno, that's their stomping ground. That's where they really show up. And so far, this T-side hasn't really filled me with any sort of excitement in terms of strategic play or even individuals. And there's a shot from JDM. He does hit it, but JW will get the better of him eventually. And refract, surely from Twist. Guaranteed kill as we get into the 4-on-4.
Great fundamentals in that situation. Stan will still be going down, and I'll see if Elige can do anything. They don't really know what's going on, Team Liquid, right now. They're far back on the A-bomb side. They're all the way back in Ruins on the other side. Crims getting a great headshot, taking down Twist, and a lot of trouble for Elige. He's alone on the bomb side, and they're all coming from every different angle, and he goes down to Dennis. And Nitro, I don't think there's any real point in trying to retake this bomb site 1 versus 3. That shouldn't be possible. Fnatic, they can just hide all day, but we'll get 1 kill at least. Goes down afterwards. 10-3 here. Something working out, something being done for the Fnatic team. Henry, I've got to ask you, where are the good old B executes that you see all the time on Inferno? You know, set up outside, grenades, Molotovs, all of it.
We're lacking that sort of play from Fnatic generally. Like, obviously, it can be quite apparent when that's coming in. You can see that being set up, and technically, the seats. Oh, what's going on here? Ah, okay. There's a bit of an undercover fan, is that?
Yes.
That's pretty good. Generally, like, you can feel that coming in. There shouldn't be a world where the T's can have full banana control, go for the full execution. The city's stupid on it, shut that down. But still, we haven't even seen it attempted by Fnatic at all yet. The banana control has been completely shut down, really. There's grenades at the start, there's Molotovs we discussed. Maybe they've just been completely rattled on that side of the map. They don't even want to go there anymore. Who knows? But there's another first pick. JW once again taking down JDM. And Apartments, no less, as well. He should have the advantage there, technically. Straight line angle, pick it up, and Twist can't... Oh, he does recover the AWP, I beg your pardon. So, 5 and 4, he falls back to the pit.
That's such a strong way to get started if you're on the Fnatic side. Look like Stan is now hiding inside of the smoke at top mid. That's very risky. Is he going to try and make his way through? It seems like he's just right smack in the middle of it. I mean, any shots going in, it could be a bad situation for him. He's going to think better of it anyway towards the end. And now it's 55 seconds here. Fnatic still lingering around top mid. They've got that control of the map, so already they've got a chance to do really whatever they want here. He's waiting inside of the pit. Elige looking for an opening. He's going to get shot down. JW, second kill of the round for him. Nitro hiding inside of the site, but this is going to be working out for Fnatic. He's completely surrounded. The Nitro goes down. And Twist, I called him a magician earlier. We haven't seen too much magic come out here on the Inferno. Now would be an interesting time to do it, but I'm guessing they don't have that much money because it looks like he's going to save the rifle. In fact, they've got nothing.
Nothing at all, really. You're right. And
you said 4 rounds.
I did say 4 rounds. I'd say 5's definitely possible here. That's why he has to save the AWP. They'll get $1,400. Oh, sorry, $1,900 after this one, and saving the AWP still not really enough to work with there. So 10-5. Definitely possible, and this is exactly what happened in Mirage, if you remember as well. They were 9-1 down, 8-1 down, something like that, and they managed to get 5 on the board just about. And although they didn't win that map, it was enough just to say, okay, now this is possible. Yeah. And same thing going to happen here as well. After having a huge deficit, not finding a single gun round at all, really winning the pistol. Still dire straits for Fnatic. It's not looking good by any means, but at least they're making this somewhat achievable. 10-5 looking good for them. They're on the T side as well, still technically a city-sided map, nowhere near the scale it used to be. If you think back to the old iterations of Inferno, the early days especially, that was like kind of 13-2, 12-3 lock-in almost every single time.
That's such a good peak. JW really putting in the work right now in this best of 3.
Yeah, he seems to be the nemesis of Liquid, like the only player really performing on a level we've come to expect as the Fnatic guys, but it's enough for now. It's winning them rounds.
UMP and pistols for the rest, except for that saved AWP. Surely they can get that 5th round in on the Fnatic side. And then we might actually have a game on our hands here on Inferno. It's looking like Liquid were just going to run away with it. They've been slowed down just enough that it's become quite interesting again. And Liquid really don't seem to be able to control top mid. Almost every round, Fnatic managed to get control of this part of the map, and that's a really big advantage on the T side.
Yeah, a lot you can do with this. It's almost a gateway to the map, getting this control, pushing the cities back, taking information away generally. JDM low HP as well, and JW, he's just been a nightmare in his apartments the last few rounds, finding these first picks left, right and center. Looking like the Elige will be challenged first though at the arch side. You can see players in front of him, but they're starting to fall back towards quad, and it feels like that commitment will come in shortly. The bomb's still down in second mid though, so they're not really going all in here. I love this boost. This is a lot of fun.
Twist's gone down in pit. That Molotov is in as well. Dennis gets the kill on Stanislav. This is perfect. Why weren't Fnatic doing this earlier?
I don't know. It seems to be the case with this Fnatic side right now. Look really poor for about 10 rounds and then realize what has to be done.
They're stepping it up, yeah. Retake here in a 2-on-5, especially now that they lost the AWP, does not seem possible in any way. It's a really good shot coming out of Nitro. At least he's making it interesting, but all they have to do is hide. Eventually he has to go and tap that bomb, and that's when they have to fight him. Before then, probably not worth it. Yeah. It is the 15th round, so he's gonna give it the best show here. Oh, just runs in and shotguns Olofmeister with the sniper. That's a bit interesting. Now, continuing on, going for another shot. Almost gets it through the wall, but he gets shot down by Dennis. There was a bit of a moment.
That definitely had a chance. If that no-scope hits, you never know.
A spicy round coming out of Nitro, but 10-5 overall for the first half of the third map here. Winner going to play against the Stratas later on, as we were saying. We're going to give them a chance, Henry. You said 4 rounds, now they got 5 to work with. If they win the pistol, that probably would make it something like 8-10. I mean, then you're well within reason.
You're never out of bounds until number 16 is at the very top. You can always come back. And obviously it's not getting great for Fnatic, but that's enough, right? It's the bare minimum just to get them through that first half and have a decent chance going forward. So yeah, definitely still within this one. I said 4 would be fine. They've got 5, so that's okay. We can still work with that one. But Liquid, they looked amazing there in the first few rounds, I have to say. Great CT setups, great calculated aggression, and here we go. T-half coming in for them. 4 players towards Banana. We have got one lurking towards the other side of the map. I'm going to assume that's Status. Actually Twist this time, and he finds the first kill. Crims gets dropped in the boiler room. Now we can calm down. Don't have to fully commit, don't have to rush. Huge advantage now. CTs with no kits, no nades, only armor to work with, but Dennis still alive. We know how deadly he can be with the USP, but Olofmeister, he could strike first here.
He's being pushed back really quickly. Fadeaway headshot around the corner, looking for more. Dennis showing up, and now the bomb is down in Archway. An absolute disaster for Team Liquid, and everyone is just gravitating toward this side of the map. Ilias and Stanislaw fighting their way back, and Dennis in the middle of the bomb side. He's out of the open. Twist was going to take him down right away. A single headshot from that stolen USP. And now Flusher, 1 versus 3. How did this slip out of the hands of Fnatic? They had the bomb, they had the whole team ready to just defend it, and now it's all gone wrong. Flusher trying to see if he can move, and he wants even one little piece of his face there, just something he can work with, anything at this point, but he's just being shot back, and I don't know if this is going to work out. They've got a great triangle set up here.
Yeah, they've thrown away rounds of this in the past, though, but this one looks like a bit too much of a stretch there for Flusher. At least with the final kill, and it got a bit dicey, I have to say, there for Liquid, but they have calculated themselves, gone towards the arch, overwhelmed Dennis and Olofmeister. That's such a scary duo generally, but Twist, great work. Taking out Crims here, I think he still is having a really rough game. Crims is on 3 for 15, so this is probably one of his worst showings in recent memory.
Yes.
And Flusher, he's kind of stepping things up. He's had a couple of decent rounds, 7-14. But yeah, Crims has completely dropped off here in the second half to be on 3 kills. That's insane. He used to be a god on this map, if you remember, like back in the day. This was one of his stomping grounds. I tagged him with Olofmeister especially, but here we go. Force Spy coming in from the CT side, 11-5. Looking likely to be 12, but we'll see what they can do here. The Scouts, the UMP and the CZs as well. Oh dear, Ali's getting a bit scared there. He's getting another 28 HP, but Stanislaw finds the frag. That's Dennis dropped, and still can be scary here. Scout has a chance to get some kills here with the low HP players in front of him, but taking under 36, he'll have to fall back.
Oh, that's just got to be annoying for Dennis. He hits 2 headshots with the UMP, and none of them result in a kill. So, I mean, at least he knows it. He for sure will have called that out to his teammates. But if imagine he could have got both the kills instead, then that would have been really interesting. Smoke goes up towards CT spawn. There's no one boosted. We always talk about that boost towards CT. This time it's not going to be a factor. And JW is going to go down right away. This is just looking really good for Liquid. And again, they successfully slowed the team down. Like, there's no panic movement here. They're not just running in and, you know, doing anything crazy. I like this style, and I feel like it's not every day that we see that out of an American team, so I'm quite happy to see it.
You love to see it.
That's what I meant to say.
Well, for now, it's going to be quite a simple process for Fnatic, not for Liquid, is what I meant to say. Oh, yeah, we'd like chickens in the UK, Anders, I didn't tell you. So if anyone kills chickens, like, you get booed.
Was that a cultural thing? I don't understand.
We're a big chicken nation now.
All right.
Big fan.
I've never heard that before, but...
get used to it.
I guess that's all right.
Well,
that explains the defending the chicken diffuse. I think that says that on the HUD.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, that's right. I think we removed that.
All right.
But it was there on the first day, right? Yeah, defending the chickens when you're defusing. That's right.
Interesting.
I don't think anyone could explain that.
No.
To be fair, I don't think anyone knows what madness that was about, but...
Some things you just have to accept. You just have to.
Just go, well, that's happening. I'll just move on with my life. Anyway, it will be Liquid taking and putting round number 12 on the board there. We did save 3 weapons for the Fnatic sides. They've got a Scout for off my stat, 2 CZs as well, Crims and a Flusher holding onto those. It's not much, but it's something, you know. Like, it's not worth just throwing those weapons away. The Scout can always cause damage. It's not as powerful as it used to be. If you remember before the nerf, you could jump at any distance and find headshots all over the place. Now you have to be at the apex of the jumping, at the very top of the jump. That's when you can only time you can fire. Still a great weapon, but not as powerful as it once was.
And a pretty good counter that, you know, a pretty cheap investment to not run into the Scout at top mid there. Nothing crazy coming out of Liquid still. They know they've got the advantage in this round. The only thing they have to not do is just walk into a stack again. It is relatively simple. They've got all the grenades, so most of these corners they can burn off. They don't have to take many risks and just walk in here. And they're leading the charge. JDM a bit in front of everybody else, so shouldn't be much of a risk at all in this kind of a push. And they're going to realize, oh, actually, there's a good shot from Dennis. Taking a kill on JDM, but now come the rest of the troop, and eventually he's going to fall as well. So just a clean up here. That's going to be 13-5. Yeah. It's quite a big gap all of a sudden for the Fnatic team.
Absolutely. The climb begins back into this game. They will get it by next round, but somewhat limited. They've got about 2k per player right now. Crims starts to get a bit more money at least. Finding a kill there with a CZ. But can he get a weapon from this? Olofmeister still with a Scout, just trying to limit Liquid now. This round's pretty much out of their grasp. Can't win it, but if he can keep some players on the bomb side so the bomb goes off, try to take them down and give them a little bit more modest and saving the Scout. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of that. I don't think it's going to be their savior in the gun rounds here, but Crims, that does help. $600 extra there for that UMP frag and still limiting the tease. It looks like Twist will probably go down with the bomb here. Trying to take anyone he can down with him. It works out. He takes Crims, and Olofmeister will save his Scout. Like I said, though, I guess considering they can't save or buy an AWP, or maybe they can just about. He's got 47.50 now, so he can probably buy one if they really want to. Do you take the Scout into the first gun round? You take that risk considering the situation, 13-5? I think if you were winning, sure.
Yeah, if you were winning or if you were playing a different map than Inferno, maybe I would be, yeah, all right, maybe it could work. I think Cobblestone or something, you know, if you were the B player, that could maybe work.
Let's watch Olofmeister, I guess, for this first interaction, see how it works out for him.
I would have almost rather he went with the UMP.
Yeah.
That can work, but that's not, you're right. We'll give him a benefit of the doubt here.
Surely he doesn't face all the way to T-steps, please. No, okay, good idea.
Yeah. If you don't see anyone in the middle like that, the thought immediately, like after a couple of seconds, you think, well, I've got to be careful they don't rush second mid and just take me out.
Well, here we go then. The round calms down. No Scout battles at the start there. Olofmeister falls back to the outside, and this will be the B player. I'd say this is going to be a tactical execution. We didn't see much of it from Fnatic. They've got B control, though. At this stage of the round, we'll utility up. Just a couple of smokes in, flashbangs over. They will be locked out, but that's still an early smoke from Fnatic to deploy. That's everything they've got on that side of the map, at least.
JW and Flusher waiting on the other side, inside of the B-bomb side. Going to challenge the smoke JW, and he gets a kill on Stanislaw. That's a great way to get started. The rest of Team Liquid trying to make their way in. Flusher in a lot of trouble in this corner. They almost line up for him, but he can't get the kill. And JW will only get one more before he goes down. So overall, probably worth it here for Team Liquid. They're on the site, and they've got banana control. They're going to realize soon no one's coming there.
He just wants a weapon here. Look how desperate it is. Please, anything but this Scout. I don't want this weapon. So hard to retake this round. They've got one kid, that's on Olof, so he needs to make something happen here. Oh, it might be done, Anders.
Anything, and it's just, he's not getting it at the moment. This is rough. Finally, they're going to attempt to get the retake in. The Molotov forcing them forward again. JDM also picking up a kill there on Olof, and Crims out of time, out of luck. He's going to get the one frag in, but he doesn't have a kit. He sprays, and if he could have got JDM, then maybe he could have picked up a kit somewhere. I'm not even sure. That's going to be the end of the round here. Liquid getting dangerously close. It was, what, 16-6 on Mirage? We're at 14-5.
Has to be Eco as well. They might parcel into it, but do you see what we meant about that Scout situation?
Yeah.
If he had 47.50 coming into that round, right? He saved the Scout in the previous. He could have upgraded that to an M4. He could have even bought an AWP if he wanted to. And he opted to keep the Scout. And at this stage of the game, I just don't think that was the right call at all. I think if he had anything, he could have pushed through that smoke or flashed himself through the UMP. Even that would have been fine, but the Scout was just a really poor decision in my opinion. But anyway, 14-5. And we'll enter round number 20. Olofmeister does indeed get the AWP out this time. looking to get the first shot off. He's got no armor though. He's got a kid instead. JDM aggressive towards top of Banana. There's a player in the sandbags though. That's going to be JW, backed up by Flusher as well. Desperation now for Fnatic. They have fully bought into this one. 3 Famises, 1 CZ, and the AWP. Blast Cannon.
Problem with playing this defensively with this kind of a buy is that in the next 25 seconds or something, Liquid are going to realize there are no more smokes being put down at all. Like they're not re-smoking any of the positions, and that's going to be a big tell that actually they probably don't have any more grenades at all.
Well, that's completely accurate. Have a look. They've only got 1 flashbang remaining at the 1 minute mark.
Brutal, isn't it?
1 kip, no nades, Famises and a CZ. Olaf Meister, you need to go wild, my friend, with this AWP. He's out right now, looking towards top of mid, but flashed off momentarily, smoked off as well. That's going to be great. They go towards quad here, but the bomb's still down bottom and middle. Just trying to bait out anything else from the CTs here, take vision away. And you see the reaction here. JW is actually pushing down Banana, and the timing is just perfect.
So incredibly good, especially because they lost top mid control on the CT side, so at least they know something is going on there. Elise will get the refrag on Olaf Meister, that AWP not really being brought to fruition. Dennis flashed on the bomb side itself. This from us. He's got to be quick with the skill, otherwise they're going to get too close with the AK. Leash picking up 1 more frag and a 3rd one coming in as well. Finally, he gets taken out with 15 seconds left. And JDM, does he realize just how close JW is? Surely he will. Going to jump to try and get this bomb picked up and go for the quick bomb plan. He can't really fake it. He has to just hold it down, and they know it. They're on him, and JW will take him down 6 to 14. They managed to hold it off just a little while longer.
Their first round here in the second half. 4-1 now in favor of Liquid, 14-6 overall. That was a real rough round in terms of the buy for Fnatic. 3 Famises, a CZ, and the AWP. It's Flusher that picks up the orb. It looked like Elijah done just enough there, getting up towards the quad. They baited out all the grenades, but somehow he finds that key kill, taking out Elijah, leaving JDM in a pretty unwinnable situation. 10 seconds remaining. He has to go for a pretty poor plant. Doesn't have information where the remaining CTs are. Let's get into this one. I think this game's just warming up. I think we have a few more twists and turns just yet. Good grenades coming in. JDM and Elige taking the brunt of the damage there as well. JW spots one jumping up, but doesn't quite hit the shot, but Elige does. Takes down Flusher, and oh my god, what an entrance to the B bomb site. This could be it. Bomb going down here. Full reset as well for Fnatic here. 5 on 3. Flashbangs go in. Elige, they're trying to hold off the rotating CT players.
And look at this boost going up, looking over the smoke. He's getting the spray down, nearly taking all of. He's on 1 health. Could this even be done? Dennis will fall as well. Elise challenging everything at top banana, and he just wins the whole thing. Olaf and Crims is the one thing you don't want to do is try and fall back, but you can't even do that actually because Twist is also coming in from behind. This is just one of the worst situations you could possibly be in. Trying to see if they can make the retreat happen. Twist is there, takes 1. Olaf surely next in line. 1 health left. He gets a quick flick, but that's it. 15-6 match and map point here in favor of Team Liquid. What a performance from them. And Nitro's dropping 25 kills.
Yeah, I did kind of mention that in the previous map as well. We're starting to see those kind of rounds where he's having huge impact, but it doesn't get more impactful than this, Anders. Getting up and under, pushing through the fire. We kind of talked about that in the first round as well. Locking down the AWP and the sandbags player as well. That's really, really great stuff from Elige and pretty much guarantees the victory at this point. I say guarantee with bated breath because it's a full reset, right? But Fnatic, P250s, 5-7 CZ. If ever you're going to win a best-of-3 series against this team, this would be it. You've got a huge lead. They've got no weapons, but Stannis still runs into the grenades here, maybe being a bit overzealous. Calm down. This does not need to be ended in this way. You can bide your time. Don't go into situations by yourself without a refrag, but Elise, that's much better. Takes down Dennis, 5 on 4. Now we can calm down. JDM, though. What is this? Be careful.
Oh, well, it turns out you just need Elige to open up every round. He's finally going to be going down, but I actually agree, and it's something that Liquid have been pretty good at, I think, so far in this best-of-3, is slowing everything down and just waiting for them. They will pick up 2 more frags there. Nitro now up to 27 kills overall, and it's sitting with Crims 1 versus 4. He goes down to Twist, and they're going to be able to win it. Team Liquid move on in the tournament. They're going to be playing Astralis later on after defeating Fnatic lastly on Inferno 16-6, and they beat them as well on Mirage 16-6. I mean, something going on there.
Pretty convincing victories there, and they look so comfortable in Inferno. Obviously, going into this one, that's one of the maps Fnatic supposed to be really good at right now, one of the strongest in their pool generally. We thought going into this one, Fnatic, okay, they should probably pick things up now, but Liquid are proving they're a team that can contend with Europe at this point, looking very promising. We're seeing plenty of teams in North America looking great right now. Cloud9, Liquid, CLG as well, actually looking very good. So it's nice to see this resurgence in the NA scene, and maybe we've got something to build on here, because this team looks deadly. When the stars align, we have players like Elise playing like that, Twist as well, JDM's having moments, and finally Nitro makes an appearance. they could go further in this tournament and potentially maybe into the final with that kind of play.
Yeah, and if you notice, like, you know, different players playing sort of well on different maps, so it seems like they have all got sort of a comfort zone on each of these maps, and they're just able to step it up. That's really interesting, and I'm really impressed. I think this game against Astralis could be quite fun, because I doubt if Astralis will have done, you know, very much research on Liquid in particular. So maybe if Liquid are just a little bit cheeky, if maybe they've got something hidden away, that could be good fun.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great series generally, just for the display of skill, some of the clutches we had, some of the insane moments like 1 second remaining on the clock and the smoke diffusers and stuff like that. It's been a real pleasure casting this game. Congratulations to Liquid there, commiserations to Fnatic. It looked like after DreamHack we thought this is it now, the team's back, but this is another bump in the road for them, and unfortunately some of the key players missing in that game as well. Crims there, 2-3 frags of the entirety of the first half, didn't get much done in the second either. That's a shame. Used to be one of his absolute best maps. Shame to see him kind of drop off, but Fnatic once again, I think the headline is that their economic situations are not as good on the force buy as they used to be anymore, and it seems to be a real problem for them, continually limiting themselves in terms of the finances and then getting overrun by the CT aggression and even T-side fast plays as well.
Yeah, it just shows there's still more work left for Fnatic before they can truly make sort of the full comeback. And I mean, when the American team is starting to play better, it seems like time is really running out. I mean, there's so many teams improving. Another one that's here at the tournament is obviously G2, and they're going to be playing next. They've been looking just stunning.
Yeah, they look like it wasn't the best showing for them yesterday, but still, like they're a team that could always bounce back, right? Like some of the deadliest players in the entire world right now in that G2 lineup. That's going to be an amazing game. And yeah, this tournament's certainly delivering in terms of like the fun games we've had, in terms of like the big high impact, high octane moments. That series was full of them as well, and I'm kind of, it's a pleasure, Anders, to be casting with you. It's been the first time, I think, in what, like 2 years?
It has been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah,
I've enjoyed it as well,
cool.
Hank. I'm glad that we're in, you know, in your court, we're in London, and just able to hang out here. So it's good. It's
beautiful.
I've enjoyed it so far. I definitely have.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're playing FaZe next, aren't they? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Right. That could be really interesting. Obviously, we do have the analyst desk finally ready. So I would love to get a breakdown of this game. It's been really interesting, and just a general perspective on Liquid. So we'll throw it back over to the desk. Take it away, boys.
Thank you very much, Anders and Henry there. We get to talk a little bit more about this one as we see a surprise, bit of a curveball thrown in, not the first time, but again, North America keeps throwing these punches. First, Cloud9 secured their spot in the semi-finals. They picked up an astounding best-of-1 win versus none other than Astralis. And now we send in a best-of-3, and Liquid have done it, joined by Lurpis and YNK for this one. The surprises keep on coming, Tommy. We have to explore this one.
No, I mean, we knew before that Liquid style-wise could do reasonably well against Fnatic, but especially after the veto. We just didn't see it. We both said, I think, that it would have to be 2-0. And then, obviously, they just turned it up completely on Inferno. I thought that Liquid showed a lot of resilience in that they lost Train in a close game. It looked like it was slipping away. They lost a pistol on Inferno, but they just kept coming back and obviously just had a dominant first half despite JW's clutch. That was another round where a lot of the time it would start swinging the other way.
I mean, to an extent, Liquid beat Fnatic at their own game. Fnatic would win pistol round on some of the maps, and then they would end up losing the second round. That's where Liquid would start running away with the game. You look at both Mirage and Inferno in the first half, they have a very, very strong start, and Fnatic, especially on Mirage, they looked lost on that T side for a very long time. Couldn't even get to the bomb site, let alone plant the bomb.
And let's explore that just a little further, because I mean, Tommy, you were watching it, and there were some rounds. You're talking about Fnatic here, and you're finding yourself going, I'm not sure what they're doing. What's the objective to this round, right? I mean, can you elaborate on that?
The thing is, like, the way Fnatic like to play is they like to take map control, and the way you lose to them is by letting them get picks. But what Liquid basically did is they just bunkered into the bomb sites. They never let Fnatic get any picks until they had to execute into a site, and that's why they never sort of got their own game going. I mean, they would only start getting action when they actually got into the sites. Right. But Liquid just had a very good defense, and they basically never give away picks, which is the key to any CT side, really.
And I also imagine a great deal of credit, Yenko, is to be directed towards the fraggers, the people that were zipping up the body bags. Because I mean, if you listen to the casters, Anders and Henry found themselves listing pretty much every member of Liquid throughout the 3 maps, right? I mean, Twist's had his moments, Nitro had his moments, Elige especially on times in terms of consistency, and even JDM was firing on all cylinders on some of the maps.
I mean, this is what you want if you're a Team Liquid fan. You want Twists and Elige to be the ones leading the way and everyone else doing their part and contributing. JDM with the AWP, Nitro had some good rounds, Stanislaw as well, especially on that last map. Some really, really strong rounds from him. But when you look at it, I think it was just the play style of Liquid that completely dismantled Fnatic. In a bunch of those rounds that Liquid was winning, they were already in a better position. So, I mean, if Twist wouldn't get 2 kills, someone else would probably clean up it because they were just a step ahead of Fnatic.
And let's kind of explore play style a little more. We've already touched on how they played their CT side, very defensively, very kind of letting Fnatic walk into them. But I mean, on attack, how do you make that work?
I think Fnatic right now are they have a problem in a sense.
Stubborn.
And at the same time, like we said yesterday on another subject, is when you're playing the big matches, that's when you go back to your habits, right? Right? It's harder, and it's going to take a lot of time to break down those old habits. New ones.